Peace. I mean, what's up, everybody? It's me and Jay gonna BS, like the title says. We're
That's what
on.
we're doing.
Yeah. We're too drunk to actually be professional now, I think. Or at least one of us
I'm
is.
I'm pretty in there. In the bag, that is. That is the bag that I am in.
He's fully in the bag. Do you wanna start this echo loop now?
Yeah, yeah. I'll see what I can do.
Let's get ready to trip out.
Yeah, it says like live on fucking YouTube right now,
Oh,
so I'm
so
gonna post this link somewhere.
so I can tell everybody what's going on is we're trying to figure out how to share this link so that people can watch us without just getting like a notification from Google Plus. We're trying to tweet it out or whatever. Where we don't know what we're
It
doing.
keeps muting me, motherfucker. It's like push to talk to some. Hey, what's your Twitter handle?
The Death Twitch. Well, it's Eric Harrison at the Death Twitch.
I can see it. Yeah. Cool. All right. So, while I'm tweeting, why don't you start talking?
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about some movies, huh? Because you just presented some in the last one. Now I'm
And
going to
if you
present
haven't
some.
seen that, you should probably go and check that out. It happens right at the very end of our commentary.
We decided
Or
to spend our movie talking too.
we watched Friday the 13th, the final chapter, part 4. We just did like an hour and a half movie, and then we did like 15 minutes of us talking about movies, and that's why we're here. So go check that out, but not right now. You
Yeah,
stay
go watch
here.
that
If
afterwards.
you're watching it live, you stay here. If you haven't watched it and you're watching it later, check it out now. Yo, is this future Jay talking? I don't get it.
It is.
We did a drunken Terry, not a regular commentary, by the way. Please explain what a drunken Terry is.
Well, Drunken Terry's are regular commentaries for me. uh, yeah, okay, where we watch a movie, typically horror, and we fucking just get wasted and act a fool. I think
Yeah.
that was a concise definition. Because that's what fucking happened. It was a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah, I really want to do it again. I don't know what the next one I'd like to do is, but I'm in. I'm fucking in.
Good. That's cool. Yeah, because I do these all the time now. It was something I did way back in the day when I first started my channel and I had no viewers, and then I just dropped it because I thought people wouldn't be interested in like watching or listening to me for 2 hours. And then when I started doing my Nightmare on Elm Street franchise review, I just was like, let's try it one more time. And I was fucking shocked by how many people actually care to watch or listen to these. So we'll keep going. Yeah, we'll do another one sometime.
People like it. It's kind of strange to me as well. Like, I don't get it. People watch us.
Like, I wouldn't watch me.
You know, like sometimes it's cool, but like a lot of the other times, it's like it could be very boring. Hey, what the fuck happened to my little name tag?
It is gone. What did you do?
Oh, we're talking shit about horror. Yeah, are we? Or are we just sitting here talking about Google Plus?
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Hold on. I'm checking to see if the last one uploaded to my YouTube channel yet.
It is. I saw it there.
It's not there on my end. It'll get there though.
Boom.
Oh, excuse you. I mean me. So I got a bunch of the old horror movies to review before I jump back into some newer stuff. Newer for me, because, you know, my old ass over here. And I got all these movie packs because each one has like a movie I want, and I'm like, well, why just get one movie when I can get 4 or 8?
4 movies for like
Right.
$2.
So,
$8.
yeah, movie packs. I got the Blob remake.
Ooh, nice.
I
Oh,
watched
the
it, like,
remake.
nights ago, and it's good effects, just horrible fucking script. Just horrible. And it was co-written by Frank Darabont, and it was still horrible. Good effects,
Really?
though. Have you seen this? The Blob remake?
I haven't seen the remake. No.
The effects are awesome. The rest of it's just trash.
You know, like it. You know, It happens.
I mean, I think that they knew what they wanted to do with the movie, and it wasn't to make a good script. The
I think that
effects,
remakes in general are really difficult to do.
especially The Blob. Wasn't that like 1954? I can't even remember.
It's old as fuck. I
It's
have
old.
no idea what the date is.
I haven't seen it in so long. I actually want to. I probably at some point I will probably wind up reviewing the original and the remake.
Yeah, it'd be nice to like do like a back-to-back thing so you can like compare them. That'd be cool.
Like I did with the Thing movies when
Oh, did you?
I reviewed the Thing from Another World, the Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, and then the prequel that came out a few years ago.
That's really cool. I went to sit down and watch The Thing the other day, and I'm like, good old The Thing. And then I forgot that they redid it, so I'm like, holy shit, how is this ice breaking so well? And how'd they get this awesome shot of everybody kind of like falling into this thing? Like, oh, that's all CG, and this was done like 2 years ago.
Oh, you watched the? It's actually technically a
I
prequel.
accidentally watched the remake.
It's technically a prequel.
Really?
Yeah, it tells the story of what went down right before John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh, cool. I never actually ended up watching the whole thing. I just kind of saw that CG.
It's just might as well be a remake
Fair enough.
because it's the same shit, just with CGI.
All right. What else is in this 4-pack?
Next up on our list, we've got Christine.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen that movie in years.
I just watched it. I really like it. It's a good movie. The book is good too. I've read the novel. In fact, the fucking novel, it's one of those instances where the book is so good that then you watch the movie and you're just like, ew. It's not as good as the book.
Ew.
But I had to that was been a long time since I read the book, so then the movie kind of came back up to stature with me. It's like, oh, okay, this is the reason why I like the movie so much. But the book did blow the fucking movie away, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I don't know if that should be the case. Fortunately, literature is, it's all right.
It's a fun time sometimes.
Reading's okay. This is the part where I should hold up a library book and be like, support your local library. Go read Christine.
Yeah, killer cars, man.
We've got Fright Night on here. The original. Of course. Fright Night.
Cool.
Decent flick. And here's where they lose me. All right. Good movie. Just okay. And then the fucking Seventh Sign with Demi Moore. How does that fit in with any of this shit? The Seventh fucking Sign?
That's weird. Yeah.
Who decided that was going to be the fourth movie on it?
The distribution company was like, okay, we signed on distribution for this movie and we don't know where to put it and we can't release its single DVD by itself because we won't make any money. So if we can sell it as a bundle, why not?
Just stick it on that 4-movie pack where it has nothing to do with any of the others.
Yeah, I want to see more of those.
And you know what? I'm talking a lot of shit. I haven't seen this movie since it probably came out. It doesn't... My memory could be off, but it wasn't the bomb. Doesn't hold a candle to Christine or Fright Night. Why the fuck?
Because Demi Moore sells DVDs.
Oh yeah, she fucking moves merchandise.
I'll bet.
She moves product. I don't know.
Product moving.
All right, now I got an 8-movie pack. Oh yeah, I want to say,
holy
I'm not gonna
shit.
give away, because I like to try and keep some of my reviews secret. I'm kind of giving you some hints right now by showing you these at all. So those few people that are watching, you get a little extra. I have bought each of these for a specific reason, and then I just got extra stuff with that one movie I was going to talk about. On this collection, we've got Waxworks. All right.
Okay.
Cool. I can go with that.
Old school.
976 Evil 2.
I've never seen
the
that.
first one, but I want to see the first one because the first one was directed by Robert Englund.
Really? That's cool.
I'm pretty sure he didn't direct the sequel, But I'm interested in checking them out. Oh wait, we got fucking Ghoulies Go to College 3. Ghoulies Go to
Oh
College.
yeah, they go to fucking college. It's good news.
Directed by John Carl Buechler, the same guy that directed Friday 7.
I'm for
And
it.
he's
I'm
done
for it.
special effects for like Halloween 4 and Ghoulies.
Ooh. And the Ghoulies franchise. He had a very popular run of Ghoulies toys in the Toys R Us that we may or may not have seen recently in a film we did a Drunken Terry for. Thank you,
Something
Tommy
called
Jarvis.
the Unholy on here, and I've never even heard of the Unholy. Don't know what that is. No
Kind of
idea.
looks like a Japanese Japanese horror or something.
There's not even a description.
You know what? Those are the best finds.
Really? They
Like,
don't even bother.
what is this?
Just what is it? Yeah, I never heard of the Unholy. Came out in 1987. Huh.
You know what? Like, there's tons of horror fans that are just like, "Are you fucking kidding me? That's the best film of all time."
Like, was
Wow.
discredited myself. Shit.
Yes, you guys don't know shit. Fuck
Eric
you.
doesn't know the fucking Unholy. Everybody knows the goddamn Unholy. Jeez. Anybody
I know.
worth his salt. Chopping Mall up next.
Ooh, Chopping Mall is cool.
I've only seen some of it. I have not watched the whole thing yet. Slaughter High. I am looking forward to seeing Slaughter High. I've heard good things.
Yeah, I've also heard good things. I have not seen it, but Chopping Mall is good news. Yo, I feel like
Class of 1999.
I have
on
not
there?
seen that.
I think I might have seen it back in the day. Came out in 1989. They were ahead of their time. Chud 2.
Ooh, cool.
Chud. I'm gonna probably have to review that eventually. That'll be like a next year thing.
I
That's
would
how
love
far
to
ahead
see.
I think.
I'd love to see a franchise of that.
Chud 2. Out of all the Chuds, they're like, hey, Chud 2 on there. Put that one on there.
It seems like this is just like a mixed batch. It's like we'll throw on this like 976 2.
2. Yeah, 2. They just picked like shit out of a hat. Like, all right, Chud 2.
What hasn't got distribution that we promised would get distribution? Let's pack them into this fucking DVD.
Ghoulies 3.
Send it out with no special features at all. You know what? We're not even going to include a synopsis for one of them because we don't have space on the back. So
They don't
let's just
they didn't
use
include
it.
a description for any of them. Credits. You get credits. You know who fucking
Oh
edited
my
it.
god, that's brutal.
But,
I don't know if that's better or worse, to be honest.
I'm really shocked that they included Waxworks 1 and not 2.
Right, it should all
That was
just
a
be
mistake.
sequels.
They fucked up there. Somehow
Wow.
they got an original on this movie. Also, I don't even need to say anything. I just show you that.
That's fucking awesome. I've never seen that cover, actually.
Yeah, but it's like some kind of special. It's supposed to comes
Oh,
off, but I just left it on there because it's so fucking sweet.
Yeah, that's really, really
It's
cool.
really awesome art, so I just left it on there. I got more movies coming in too. I just ordered some today.
Yeah, I'm about Killer Clowns. I haven't seen that in years. But,
Oh, do you know what? I watched it with the commentary the other day, and it was directed by the Chiodo brothers, and I've heard of them. They did Critters also,
oh, cool.
but I didn't.
I can
know
see it.
that they were like, the Jersey Shore stereotype.
Just like
the way-
Guido guys, like, hey, you guys want to make a movie?
Listen to their commentary. They're fucking very intelligent. They're very funny, but they're like that stereotype. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I've met a couple filmmakers like that. They're just kind of like, I don't feel like you make movies, but you actually do, and that's interesting.
Yeah, and these guys, I like their work a lot too. And like I said, you listen to their commentary; they're clearly very intelligent people,
That's
but
something
they don't sound the part.
I'd really love to see that. That's really cool. All right, am I showing some of my films?
Sure. I'm gonna close my window right now. There's a lot of activity going on outside.
Hold on, what time is it there?
It's going on 7 here in AZ.
It's like going on 10 o'clock right now. I guess, okay, so you're 3 hours behind.
Arizona never, but like every other state around us changes times.
Really?
So it's always like I never know what time zone I'm in.
Weird.
It is kind of weird. I don't know. I kind of like it, but I don't. Like, I don't understand why people change times. Like daylight savings, it's time to change your clock now. But we don't do that in Arizona, and I wish everybody just didn't bother.
Don't?
We don't change. We never change our time, forward or backwards. Everyone around us does.
That's really interesting. So you just must be like, I don't know. I have no explanation for this because I am not. I have not. I have no. I can't speak right now. Let's talk about movies.
I think that there might be two other states that also don't change their time.
And they're directly above you.
I don't know where they're at.
Okay, let's talk. What I'm getting here is I'm pulling it out of this little sleeve because I was not given a cover, an actual like fucking DVD sleeve or cover. So we have After School Massacre.
Nice.
Looks great. Looks like a fantastic movie. Well, we've watched it. It's a terrible movie. We do pride ourselves on watching like a lot of indie horror, so we like to find like these schlocky movies. And this is actually one of the worst movies we've seen. And it's unfortunate because there's a couple of people that I actually do like that are in it. Donna Lee Heising, she does YouTube like interviews and stuff. And Mindy Robinson, she's Pom Pom Kitty in the fucking nerd show, King of the Nerds. And she's in a lot of horror movies. And so she's in this too. And I was like, hey, yeah, we'll watch this movie. Garbage.
And you heard it here first.
Check out our review. We ripped the shit out of it. But we like a few performances. There are a couple reasonable deaths, but we did notice that like there are some like big name horror sites. They're like, this is an absolute gore fest. Like, this is the craziest, goriest movie ever. It's like, there's actually blood in only one scene, and it's a very small amount of blood. So that guy is sucking a dick.
Right.
And his name is, here we go. This is where you call somebody off. Yeah. And he has like a quote on the DVD cover. It's Ain't It Cool News, Ambush Bug. That guy? Fuck you.
Oh shit!
Live from Bloodbath and Beyond. Like, yeah. Honestly, you're talking shit.
Know that it was Jay that said that and not Eric.
I don't. What I don't understand is when people, and we did record that when we did our review. Like, I called him out on it and I cut it. But you know what? Fuck it. Like, honestly, this guy. He does some pretty reasonable reviews for a lot of other things, but I don't feel he even watched this one to say that it's a gore fest. There's no gore in the movie. How are you going to say it's a gore fest? It's impossible.
Maybe he saw the director's cut.
Then I take it back if you did. And send me that version.
Oh, the unrated version.
I want to see the unrated version to find out why you gave that quote. That'd be great. Thank you. Jared Masters, director. Send me an unrated version. The next one I haven't watched, but I can't wait to. I bought this from Troma. It's The Taint.
Hold on. I gotta stop talking so I can see the. Go ahead, show me the thing again.
It's The Taint, and look at the skull. It's made completely of only dicks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's all dicks, man. It's so cool. And so how they sold it to me, we were at like a convention. I'm like, okay, Troma, I know you guys like got a ton of shit. We bought like a bunch of other DVDs, and I'm like, what's the one you guys are pushing? And it said, The Taint. I said, why? They said, what did he say? Like, it has the most like dick explosions that you'll ever see in a movie. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I believe, and I've never seen it, So this is just me talking shit. I believe it's actually about like the opposite of like, so we're used to like the girls running around in bikinis and getting killed. I think this is more like guys getting mutilated as opposed to the girls.
So I want to
Oh,
watch.
and look who's got a quote on the cover that I won't believe. It's "Ain't it cool news."
Uh,
That's funny.
did he say it was balls to the wall?
Ball to the wall adventure. It says approaches a kind of brilliance in suggesting that a society which glorifies violence against women is doomed to one big bummer of a sausage party. I really think it says it also contains more cock explosions than any other movie ever.
Does it say explosions? Are they actually blowing up dicks?
Yeah, I hope so. That's why I bought it. That line sold it to me. This one actually costs a lot. Like, you can go to like a Troma booth and get like 10 DVDs for like $30. This one cost me $25, like straight up. I'm just like, you know what? It's got a nice, cool, thin cover. It looks like awesome because it's made of dicks. I'll take it.
He's like, sausage fest sold.
I'm fucking in.
He's like, you know what's been missing from all these movies I've been watching? Cock and balls.
Like, everything from Jason 4, from the guy with the hog, is right here, all over it, blowing up. I'm about it. Okay, next one is actually a cool one. This was also in my dollar bin that I got Satan's Little Helper from. Amateur porn star killer.
Okay, I'm down.
I'm also down. Haven't seen it, but there's actually nudity on the back, so I'm about it.
Oh, wow.
Actually, kind of nudity on the front. I had this liked on my on my watch list on IMDb for a long time, and I can't wait to actually watch this. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be pretty shit.
If you could estimate, assuming you don't already know, if you could estimate, what do you think the budget of this movie was? What would you say?
I would say maybe $2,000, based on like the one scene that I can see on the back, which looks shit, and the lighting looks terrible.
That's how much you would pay for 2 female porn actresses.
Yeah, right?
Why does he know those numbers?
Well, no comment. Why I also know those numbers. Yeah, but I can't wait to actually check this out. It actually comes with 5 short films from the director as well.
Oh, good God.
So,
that's
you know,
a
this
bad
guy's...
sign. Yes, you're all about it. I'm like, no, that's bad. He's like, here's some more of the shit that I've made. Check it out because I can't push this anywhere else.
Oh, and now that I've actually looked at the back, I'm like, oh, how long is this if it has 5 shorts? 71 minutes total. So
no.
I feel that this is actually a short. And
I believe it's like, probably an actual porn.
Oh, God. Okay, well, we've had that for almost a year and we haven't watched it, so maybe it'll remain that way. Next up, I got something.
You're not in a hurry to watch all his shorts?
Yeah, the ones with the balls hanging at the bottom. Throwback to a different video.
Yeah, right.
This one, it fucking kills me. I found this at some other DVD place, like, around my house. Never heard of it, never seen it. As a huge rap fan, I needed to buy this. This is Urban Massacre. And it features Capone from Capone and Noriega, if you know any rap. Guru from Gang Starr, who is R.I.P. He's dead now. But he was one of my favorite rappers ever. And Lala.
Gang Starr?
It only features rappers. Like, the entire cast, when you look on the back, is actually rappers. And the reason why I bought it is because one of the behind the scenes, the DVD features, is 4 hot tracks without vocals for you to rhyme over.
Damn, dude, yeah, you should bust some shit.
And
Review
I'm
the
going
movie
to.
and then bust some rhymes.
That's exactly what we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna make a music video because I
Good.
used to be a rapper, and I don't know if I've told you that, but
Yeah, you have. I know this about you.
so that's the only reason. And I did look into the beats. I listened to the beats. I watched the behind the scenes before we even watched the movie because we haven't watched the movie yet. But I wanted to feel out the beats to see if it's something we can do. And I think I'm actually gonna do like some dope ass, very horrorcore rap over one of these hot tracks and
Do
make
it,
a
man.
dope ass music video because I don't feel that anybody has even seen this, let alone made a song over one of their beats. So that's gonna
That is,
happen.
you know what? That's the kind of thing that like I find really exciting about what we do. When you can able to like take someone else's art and then add to it or do something new or do your own thing, combine it with what they've done. And they even gave you tracks, so they want you to
They
rap.
want you, yeah. They're like, hey, be part of the culture. Here you go. Like, we have a bunch of rappers as actors. Why don't you try rapping? Fucking okay. Well, I'd also like this other feature then, which is an extended raw love scene footage with top black model Deltonia.
Oh yeah, man. I know all her work or his work or who is it? Is it a girl? I'm hoping.
Deltonia, I don't know. Also, the next one is how to make the perfect pizza in 60 seconds or less, or you get whacked by Claudio Falsetto. Now, I did watch this. I did watch How to Make a Pizza in 60 Seconds. He does a terrible job. And this was right before we went to New York last year. And so we looked up who this guy is so we can try and find his pizza place. It's all made up. He's not an actual pizza maker, and he's not an actual guy.
Um, now I need to watch the movie just so I know how pizza fucking relates to anything.
In the movie? Right.
Yes.
I want to know.
Is that a
It's
big
got, like,
plot
I
point? You
have
know,
no idea.
is the whole thing set at a pizza parlor? That's where they rap.
Based on like the other features, like there's a ton of features. I would say this is like a 5 out of 5 on a DVD, like bonus features thing, because like we got Ill One's hot new music video, we got the Supernatural's 4 live performances,
Oh, nice.
behind the scenes interviews with cast, behind the scenes production footage and freestyle sessions, as well as the other 4 things that I mentioned. Like that's a lot of content for a shitty DVD I've never heard of. I can't wait.
But pizza though, in 60 seconds.
Right? Like, I don't even think you can bake an edible pizza in 60 seconds.
You know what? Okay. No, that brings something to mind. So what the fuck jumping vampires? We're gonna have a taco section. How to make tacos. We gotta beat them in time though. So how to make tacos in 30 seconds, flat.
That is the easiest thing ever.
You just throw some shit.
Just fucking,
Yeah. Woo,
you're going to have
tacos.
lettuce here, you're going to have meat here, you're going to have tomatoes here, and you're going to have something
Just
else
go like
here,
this.
cheese. And you're just going to go, and you have like a taco stand right here, and you're just like, you've made a taco in like 5 seconds.
Like a ninja. Taco ninja. Oh, Taco Ninja. That's what the movie's gonna be.
Taco Ninja is probably the coolest fucking movie.
Taco Ninja, dude.
We need to write this down. And like people attack each other with like tortillas. I'm gonna suffocate somebody with a tortilla shell.
Fucking tortilla.
That would be fucking awesome. It's like, hold on. Oh, the 12-inch didn't work. Give me the 14-inch. Yeah, perfect face
Suffocate
fitting
him.
skills here. Ah. That would be amazing. Oh, Taco Ninja would be the fucking best. But we need to get Ted White and his 89-year-old self fucking be the
Some
guy.
hard. What the fuck are those? The flat kind that are hard, and then you like
Quesadillas?
take some bites out of it and make it a star, and then throw it at somebody.
Genius. That's genius. That's fucking
Taco
genius.
Ninja.
Here, cheers to that.
I'm telling you, this is why we need that $2,000 that you would normally pay to the to the lovely females for her
To the
scene,
maker of Amateur Porn Star Killer.
and we'll just make our Taco Ninja movie. And then we'll make Jumping Vampires that has nothing to do with anything.
It is Taco Ninja.
Yeah.
It's just like the Japanese name for it.
Should we call it Taco Ninja and then have it be about jumping vampires? Or should we have it, we call it Jumping Vampires and have it be
Jumping
about Taco
Vampires,
Ninjas?
and it is about Taco Ninjas.
Yes, dude.
That would fucking, that's how you
That's a winner.
how you get like the whole teenage crowd. Like we could probably like pitch this to the CW and get all the Vampire Diaries fans all over this shit, and then they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this? I've never even heard of a taco because all I eat is quinoa."
This is crazy. It's crazy.
Yo.
I like the idea though. It's a you mislead them. Oh,
Yeah.
vampires.
Oh, I came in here for this, but look at this.
They're teaching me how to make a taco in 30 seconds.
I believe the time was 8 seconds.
8 seconds. Holy shit. That's
Remember,
fucking
it's
fast, dude. So it's just a disaster. Just crap piled onto it.
It's like, have you seen the YouTuber like how to make things? And he always just like throws a bunch of shit and then he smashes an egg on everything.
I've never seen that.
Oh, you need to watch it. You're gonna get addicted and you're gonna love it. Okay, next up, we've got The Perfect House. With Felissa Rose,
Oh,
Jonathan Tiersten,
nice.
and John Philbin. Is from Wild Eye Releasing. They actually like do some cool shit. Felissa Rose, love her. Jonathan Tiersten, if you don't know who's watching, that is Ricky from Sleepaway Camp. Felissa Rose is Angela from Sleepaway Camp.
Hell yeah.
And they signed it for me. Well, Felissa did. And I haven't watched it yet, and I want to. I've seen great reviews.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
No, I really can't wait. It's tough.
Did it come out recently? 13?
2012.
Oh,
But I think like Wild Eye doesn't have like distribution. Like they distribute films, but a lot of it's online, so it's pretty difficult to get. I think you mostly get it from like Felissa Rose at her booth and Jonathan Tiersten and that. And so I don't know. I'm really looking forward to that. Again, this has like 10 to 12 different bonus features, and the DVD looks packed. I've heard good things. Can't wait.
that's cool. That's cool.
The next one I have seen, which is actually one of the first, possibly the very first DVD that was ever sent to us, because we did a review from of the original version. This is Midnight Movie, The Killer Cut. Have you seen this movie?
Not yet. Nope.
This is cool. This is like a film. I'm going to be spoiling it a little bit. Midnight Movie is like kind of like a film within a film. And the killer is fucking badass. He's got this like skull mask, and he uses a corkscrew almost.
Yeah.
But like a big ass one, like that's attached to his hand. So like every time he like gouges somebody, like the practical effects are amazing in this movie. It's got a really cool twist that I haven't spoiled that is in the end. I don't know, pretty badass. The kills were fantastic, and the director said that the killer cut has even better kills, but we never ended up getting around to it because we had like just reviewed it. And he sent it to us, and he's like, "Hey, review this." It's like, well, we just reviewed this last week. I'm not going to re-review your movie. But we appreciate it, and he did sign it.
Gonna re-review your movie.
We literally just watched it like a week before. He's like, "Hey, now here, have this," and he sent us a soundtrack, which is really nice. But it's like, what do you want us to do with that? Like, do you want us to like review your music too? Like, I don't really know. I didn't, especially like a year and a half ago. It's like, hold on, nobody's ever sent us anything. But we're also not going to review the same movie 2 weeks in a row. So, you know what? It's like, hey, remember what we said last week? Well, add like it had better gore this time.
You could have
I don't
done
know.
just that. Could have been a quick 20-second. Be like, you know what? This one's all right too.
I bet she's like, yeah, it was worth the $20 to ship to Canada.
Fastest review ever.
One day we will re-review this because it was a fun
Well,
movie,
you know
and
what?
I'd like to see the unrated.
You should send it to me, and then I'll review it for you.
It says my name on it.
Pass it down the line.
It says 2J.
2J. Well, you know what? We'll put a hat on, and I'll act like
Scratch
I'm
that
Jay.
out, like put Eric. I don't even know where the soundtrack is. I've never listened to it.
I'm
Sorry.
interested in that movie, though. Because
Yeah, it's actually really cool. I
I've
think
seen
it's
it
on
around.
Netflix if you have Netflix.
Yeah, I've seen it on there, and I always was like, it looks like it might be good, and I just didn't get around to seeing it yet.
I would recommend
There's
checking
like
it out.
a billion fucking movies that I could be watching at any point.
That's the exact game that we play every day as horror reviewers collectively. It's like, okay, there's fucking everybody's making horror movies.
It's an ocean of possibilities. Which one do I choose this week?
It's so difficult, and like I have no idea. I'm trying to like keep up, but it's impossible. It's like when I put out like a list of my top 2014 films. It's like, do you think I actually watched every single 2014 film when everyone's bitching like, why wasn't this on the list? It's like, I can't watch 1,000 movies in 2014 because every guy with $800 is making a movie. Impossible.
You said it, dude. You did. You're right. You're right.
It's tough, and we get a lot of emails from like indie horror filmmakers like, hey, review our movie. It's like, I'd love to. Great guy. How do you decline them in a nice way? Like, it's not that good looking.
I think some people just assume I'm a dick because I just often don't even respond.
And that's acceptable. That's probably what I should do. I've never, like, even on our YouTube page, I comment on every single comment. Every single comment that's ever been posted on Bloodbath and Beyond, any video, I've commented on. Which drives me fucking crazy.
I don't comment on everything, but I read them all. But I probably comment on maybe a third of all the comments that go through my channel.
I think that's what I need to start doing. You've got it. I'm wasting a lot of time.
Very consciously try to focus on the people that are supportive and not respond to the trolls. That come in?
Right.
Like the people that are trying to elicit a negative response, most of the time, I don't even bother. It's like I've got like 30 people saying, great video, awesome, we love what you do. So they deserve my attention, not the
Agreed. Yeah.
dick that's on the page. But rarely, very once in a while, I'll just put them in their place real quick and then move back on.
Yeah, I completely agree. I do respond to everyone regardless of if they're a troll. I have had like some instances where I respond to a troll who's like, specifically on our top 10 list of 2014, because our number 10 is Sharknado 2, and everybody hates that movie, and it's barely a horror movie, but based on the stats, because I have like a big sheet like that says like, what have we rated everything? And so I'm like, you know what, like if this got a 4.5, then this deserves to be on here. Like why nix it just because everybody like says it sucks? And so,
and once you've put the effort and the rating for something out there, for the most part, you should stick behind it. Like there's only one case where I reviewed Halloween 2, which is a favorite of mine, and in retrospect, I should have gave it a higher rating, and that's like the only time where I'm kind of like, damn, sorry. People will bring it up to me, I'm like, you're right, I should have gave it a little bit higher than I did. I don't know what I was thinking, but then I'll get so much bullshit about the fact that I like Chainsaw 4, and I just kind of have to do this. Like, fuck you. I said I liked it, and I like it. I'm sticking with that. So fuck
that's why
everybody.
you're a reviewer, and that's why they are the people that are not making videos.
I guess. Yeah.
Like, hold on. No. You've seen some horror movies? Okay, that's cool. I've watched thousands of movies, and I've been critiquing them the whole time, And that's why my opinion actually probably outweighs yours, because I'm looking at it with a critical eye, and I've done school for filmmaking. I know a lot more about filmmaking than a lot of these 12-year-olds that are actually trolling. So,
Yeah,
in some respect, you can disregard trolls, and I get it.
I do to a large extent because they want the reaction. So when I don't give it to them, they just give up, move on,
I've
find
had a lot
somebody
of
else.
people like get pissed off like when I don't respond to a troll for like maybe 2 days, because I eventually do, but sometimes it takes me like a week because I like to like just go in and just fucking okay, hey, what's up? Thanks for commenting. See you later. And some guys are like, hey, you didn't respond to my other thing because I'm right. Because Sharknado 2 shouldn't have been on this fucking
Because
list.
I'm
It
right.
should have been Annabelle. It should have been The Conjuring. It's like, I know that you are an 8-year-old girl. I'm sorry. You've obviously never watched another video on this channel, because if you did, you'd know that like all we do is B movies. Like we don't do fucking The Conjuring. We don't do Insidious. So if you think that's going to be on this list, I'm so sorry. You're not going to like anything on this list.
Yeah.
And it
It was
is what it
clearly
is.
somebody that watched one video of yours and decided to be dicks.
And that's the problem. Like we made like the top 10 list to try and like reach out to like broader audience, and to like let our fans know what we thought. And every fan agreed, pretty much. They're like, you know what? Like I may have jocked things around a little bit, but for the most part, these are reasonable picks. But because like it's actually like it's had like 13,000 views in like 2 months, which is actually probably our biggest like video right now. It's like crazy. And it's all just fucking kids that are searching top 10 horror movies of 2014, and all they want is Ouija on there.
Yeah, the stuff that
And
they
shit.
know.
It's like I've never even seen that movie.
I
I'm
actually,
sorry.
I really respect Bloodbath and Beyond for finding a niche that is unique. You guys, that's why I asked you a few months back on one of your videos. I was like, what made you decide that these were the movies that you were going to review? But I really respect that you guys just made a decision, chose something, and stick with it. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're trying like to do our best to like not sell out. And I respect you for the exact same thing. You do classics, and you're the go-to guy. If you want to see a franchise review, if you want to see like a classic movie done right from somebody who's seen it before, who knows what they're talking about, and they're not just like they're not bullshitting. They know their shit. We go to you. And I hope that that's what we do for these other little shitty movies that nobody's heard of. And that's why I think like we're a good combination here.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
we
exactly.
kind of do the
We're not even
opposite.
competition because we review vastly different kinds of horror. What?
Yeah.
But that's fucking great because we cover a spectrum instead of
Together we have like we cover everything. And that's why you're in the sidebar. Like the moment I saw you, I think you were the first person when I had like 60 subscribers. I'm like, you're fucking awesome. I'm gonna put you in the sub box, like right on the YouTube, because I'm like, this guy's fucking really dope, and you have like the highest production value from what I've seen. And I try and look at all horror reviewers across the board to find out how we can improve. And when I saw you, it's like, oh, well, we kind of want to do exactly what he's doing, but for a different style of movie.
yeah,
And
yeah. I
it's
like it.
cool.
I like it. Though. We're just all fucking stroking each other at this point.
Yeah, let's get into another movie.
That's what it became. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
next
fuck it. Stroke the hogs, bro. Okay. Uh, okay. Going from that one, we're going to Sleepaway Camp.
fucking hell
Fucking
yeah, man.
OG.
Sorry,
We got the
that's
white
right up my
case. It looks like with the white case, I think that's actually from the box set. I got this in a box for a
alley. Yeah,
buck.
that looks like it came probably from the first aid kit box.
Yeah,
set.
yeah. That was the one. I think this is what it came from. Original, like, good old Anchor Bay, back in the day when Anchor Bay was putting out, like, only quality films. Very cool. Love Felissa Rose. Love Sleepaway Camp. One of my favorite, probably one of my favorite films.
It
Like
is. It's a good movie, and it's
as
unique.
far
And
as like a slasher, you know, like so good. Like there's
it's
so
a
many like one-liners that are just fucking they stick with you.
it's a it's a fucking solid slasher from the 80s. I I, sh- I
Woo!
rev-
I made that drink really fucking strong, dude.
good. I can't believe I'm actually only just getting through my fourth one.
It is what it is. I drank like almost a whole
I
26er.
feel like I'm totally slack.
If not an entire 26er.
Yeah. Cheers to that, yo. Yo.
Cheers.
I
Mind you, I think most of that is right in this drink.
I know my alcohol. Like I know I'm a beer guy, but sometimes I'll take shots. And I bought like a fucking just a big ass bottle of Seagram 7 last week. It was a bad idea because I get fucked up off liquor. I got so used to like the specific kind of drunk that I get off of beer. It's different than when I
Yeah.
drink liquor. It fucking slams me, man, hard.
No homo. Yeah,
No
I
homo. Is
completely
that
agree.
another movie we're gonna make?
What? Slam hard.
No, it's gonna be called No Homo, and then it'll be
No homo.
all about homosexuality. Because we gotta throw the curveball. It can't be about what you think it's gonna be. It's called No
You know what?
Homo.
I'd love to see a movie like a slasher, like take that role, like a completely gay serial killer, because I don't think that's ever been done unless it was like a Gacy film or something like that. Like I'd like to see a flamboyantly gay serial killer. I think it could be really funny,
Yep.
and
Could
it
be
would
very
also
offensive.
it could be no, but like so long as everybody involved is like they're like, hey, yeah, we're for gay rights. We're like they're not
It
like
should actually.
trying to mock it, you know?
It
Like
should literally
cast a
be.
gay guy.
It should be called tongue in cheek. Just so you know, right from the title.
That is gold. Honestly, that would be honestly. I think that kind of thing needs to happen. I mean, we recently reviewed a movie where there was a couple lesbian killers, and that's
Okay.
cool. That we watched that lesbian versus Nazi zombies, which is bull. But like, I dig it. It gives like a different perspective on the genre that we don't often see because if we're watching '80s movies, you don't see a lot of gay things happening. And this is a different world now that we're living in.
Except for Sleepaway Camp.
Except for Sleepaway Camp, we got some
Where you see
transgender
it.
business, and it was super shocking back then. It's like nowadays, you know what? That might be normal. Well, I don't know if it. Who knows?
I hear that it's normal.
Yeah,
That's what I hear.
yeah. I see a lot of things that it's like, oh, there's a lot of like transgender news, and I don't think I've ever met a transgender person in my life. But
That you're
hey,
aware
exactly. You've done it well, I guess.
of.
Okay, next one we have. Hey, you know what's weird? Is like that kind of ranted off of Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah,
That was the last video in the stack, so
that
that's
makes
cool.
perfect sense, actually.
We've got one that's gonna make you scared stiff.
You mean my
And
hog?
I hope you've seen this. I hope you've seen this review. If you haven't seen our review, Eric, honestly, you need to watch this one because this is the fucking best. This was in the dollar stack that we got most of these movies from at that convention. It's Hookers in a Haunted House.
I haven't seen that one, no.
You need to watch our review because you'll get the gist. It's basically a porno.
I don't even know how I missed that because that's a fucking title that would have had me watching your video right away.
Exactly. Yeah, it's got a lot of views. And it's a
That's the
terrible
best title
movie.
ever. That's better than Taco Ninja.
Kind of the same.
Really?
Whoa, Taco Ninja is also the porno name that we're gonna make.
Oh shit, you're right. Pink Taco
Oh, it
Ninja.
even says like, hey, one of the special features is erotic fantasy vampire, which is actually just a striptease. It's
Why not?
this was a fun movie because it was so like out there. We thought this was gonna be like a solid slasher. We're like, hookers in a haunted house. How bad can it be? A guy sucks a
How
nipple
bad?
for 8
Sounds-
minutes.
What?
A guy sucks one tit for 8 minutes straight. And the funniest part is like in the outtakes, like while we watched it, we're like, that's a very long time. We had to fast forward how long he was sucking that nipple. In the credits, the first like credit like after credit scene was like him like coming up from the nipple, like, was that long enough? So like the guy sucking the nipple knew that like he shouldn't have been sucking for that long. And what it was, the reason why, because like the girl like died or passed out or something, and he's like, I think I know how to solve this. Mouth to nipple resuscitation or mouth to breast resuscitation. And he was like blowing air into her nipple, I guess.
Oh my god, I gotta see this shit now. Fuck.
Man, honestly, that's a really funny one. You'll be scared stiff.
When did you put that one out? How did I miss it?
It's I don't know, probably like 2 months ago.
Fuck, really?
Yeah. That one's an old one that we did. We started off with we did it with like our buddy Colin, who like when he gets drunk, he's really drunk, and he's just like, today
I've seen his outtakes.
we watched a porno. It was awesome. I was like, you're very correct. Oh yeah, he's fucking good, man.
You know what? I'm kind of jealous of you guys over there at Bloodbath and Beyond now. I'm like, damn, that's what they're watching.
Yeah, we're watching all the cool shit, man. You're just sitting here watching fucking the best movies ever.
I'm over here watching the Blob remake. You guys are watching
Spoiler alert.
sucking nipples.
Yeah, we're watching fucking 8 minutes of nipple sucking.
Oh, I don't get that in the movies that I watch.
This one's cool, and I'll tell you why. And you may know, you may not know. This is Zombie Killers Blu-ray. This is actually put out by Anchor Bay as well. This we actually had like the opportunity to go down to the set and shoot some behind the scenes for it. And so we did like a bunch of interviews with all the cast.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
The movie itself, we didn't end up doing a review because we didn't want to be like biased about it in that.
Yeah, I get that.
Not that great. And I've told the filmmaker, I said, you know what, like we expected something different. It's not for us because we're all about like gore and tits. This isn't that. There's none of that. Pretty much.
There's no
It's
gore
more like
tit.
it's a very slow like zombie movie, and well, it is unique for a zombie movie these days. It just isn't where we wanted it to be, and it is what it is. Like we told the filmmaker, like, hey, you know, this is what it is, and we did record and cut like a review for it, but we're like, we don't need to release it because all we're gonna do is bring down the movie.
Yeah.
We'd rather post like all the behind the scenes and all the interviews with the cast.
So you still did release that stuff, or is it going to be on there? Was it on there?
We have it on the actual Blu-ray, which is fucking dope. See, that first special feature is Bloodbath and Beyond.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Which is fucking very cool. And you know what sucks though, kind of?
What's that?
We went down there like trying to shoot it for our like YouTube channel, so we didn't shoot it in 1080p, and we didn't like pay too much attention to like the angles and stuff because we didn't think we were gonna be on a fucking Blu-ray.
Oh, you know what? Well, that's why I want to bring up my little story that I was about to talk about. On Sleepaway Camp, the Blu-ray, I'm friends with Justin Beam on Facebook, and he was like, hey, anybody in the Arizona area want to do a fucking interview for me real quick? And I was like, sure, I'll do that. I'm like, what are we doing? He's like, I need you to go and interview Karen Fields from Sleepaway Camp. And I was like, what? I was blown away. I was like,
oh, that's a hot chick.
I'll do that. And so I went up to her house, and I fucking filmed an interview. She was like the nicest person I've ever met in my fucking life. And it looked good on my little camera screen, and then when I sent him the footage, it was a little bit blurry, and I felt like an asshole.
It's like
Still
soft
got
focus.
included on the Blu-ray. It's in there, and like all the documentary about the movie, but it just like kills. It's like kills my heart a little bit, and it's something only like me and you would notice.
Yeah.
But God, it hurts. I'm like, oh, I just needed to turn the focus just a fraction.
Like,
it would have been fine.
a very small amount, and everything would have been crystal clear.
It bums me out, but it was still a badass experience. Like, she was literally the nicest human being I've ever met in my life.
Oh, that's really fucking cool. Yeah, that's
But,
really, really cool, man.
To the day I
You really
die,
can.
I'm gonna always be checking that fucking focus.
Yes, I thought that because we did like an interview with Eric Roberts. I fucking sucked at it, and the focus is fucking off. And then I'm like, every time I'm gonna check the focus. Last night we decided to film 4 videos in a row,
Oh no!
and they're all fucking out of focus.
No! God no!
I know, like the one time we want to do like back-to-back episodes, it's like, hey, fuck it. So we did like Muck last night. We did Sledge. We did talking about like the Playboy Mansion, and then we also did like 2,500 subscriber contest. And it's like, okay, let's just keep chaining them. Let's just do whatever we can for the next couple hours. And they're all out of focus.
Are they unusable?
They're salvageable. If you watch it in your like Facebook feed, it looks pretty decent.
Right.
But if you blow it up, you're like, are these guys made of marshmallows or something?
Oh, it hurts, doesn't it? It fucking hurts. Man.
It fucking. That's probably the worst thing. Like, when you think you've done something great, like at the time you're like, perfect, excellent. Okay, let's get it home. Let's go edit this. It's like, well, unusable. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
I've done that with a couple like night shots too. Like when something's so dark, and you're like, okay, well, I'll just get home. I'll lighten it up a little bit. It's like, no, it's all fucking grain, and you can't see anything.
Oh, that sucks.
I hate that. So, fuck filmmaking sometimes, you know.
It's a trial and error process, but it's more like error than anything, I think.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, so I fucked up this one. Don't worry, I won't fuck up the focus next time, but the audio's gonna be shit.
Yeah, it'll be something
like something else is
you
gonna
didn't
come up.
fucking think about. You're right. Every goddamn time, I swear, it's true.
And
It's true.
for anybody watching, to be honest, you can have the best gear ever, and you're gonna fuck everything up because
human error will come into play at some point.
like I would say, like I've done my best to save all the money that I have. Instead of paying off my student loans, I went and blew my money on a bunch of fucking camera equipment and monopods. Like I just bought a $500 monopod instead of putting it towards.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know why I did it. Because I'm like, oh, we're going to California. Let's get a monopod. I used it one time to take one picture of the fucking Myers house, which is fucking dope, by the way.
Oh.
I found it. I went down to like all the actual Halloween places.
Damn, I can't open this beer. No, keep going. Sorry, having a beer emergency.
I'm watching
man.
you fucking try and figure this out.
It won't open.
All right,
got it.
but in any case, everybody watching, to be honest, don't worry about the camera gear because when I was shooting on a T2i, which is like a $500, you can probably buy it for like $300 now. It looked almost identical to what I'm shooting on a $2,000 camera, and I still fuck up the $2,000 camera because of focus. So don't worry about what you have. Just fucking go and shoot. And a lot of people will like wait to like build up this awesome collection of all of the most expensive gear before they even start filming stuff. Like, what the fuck are you waiting for? To be honest, like we have Brian Gatto fucking pumping out like hundreds of videos who's doing a great job using a fucking little ass webcam.
That's
Like,
how I started with my webcam.
exactly. Do what you gotta do. Pump out your content and grow as you can, and don't worry about the fucking gear because the gear doesn't matter. I have some of the best gear that you can buy for what we're kind of in the space for a YouTube show, and I fuck up all the time, and it still looks like shit. So fuck. Do what you gotta
You
do.
know what? I don't know if right now is the time, but I've wanted to talk shop with you for like fucking ever. I've wanted to just
Talk
sit down and
shop.
talk
Let's
about
talk shop. If people are
how you
watching
do
this, they're into
how
us, you know.
fucking how do you color correct, what program you use, how you guys fucking film. You're in front of a green screen, I assume. Like
Yeah.
just everything I want to know. I've wanted
All
to
right.
talk to you about it for a long time.
Let's talk shop. Welcome to Google Hangouts, where we're fucking
Well, it
talking
is
shop
called
instead of movies.
BS with Eric and Jay, so fuck it.
It's BS. We can do it. Okay.
All right, now you're on Adobe. You're on Adobe products, aren't you?
Yeah,
So you use Premiere probably,
I do. I have Premiere, and
which
that's
is
all
like
I
a
use.
foreign language to me because I'm Final Cut guy. So
Same things apply. It is what it is. I
and
don't do anything outstanding in Premiere whatsoever. Like any of the transitions I use are default.
right. No, I've gotten so prolific at Final Cut Pro, like I can't even imagine trying to switch to something else at this point. Because
And I
like
feel the
I
same
know
way.
like I'm so good at it on Final Cut now that I know like tricks how to make things work that shouldn't even work. How to invent new transitions or effects that shouldn't even be in the system.
Exactly. And once you like get into your groove, it's like I can barely try to explain how my editing process is. It's just like I can just do it now.
Uh, do you guys do you just shoot flat?
I do not.
No.
So that was actually one of the big things that I was kind of just talking about. Is like, well, I talked about okay, so I shoot on a GH4, which is a $1,700 camera, Panasonic GH4. It shoots in 4K,
Oh,
and
nuts.
everybody was like, "Hey, shoot flat and then color correct afterwards."
Right. That's what
So I
I've
did that.
always heard.
So I did that, and you know what? It looked like complete garbage. We looked like we had jaundice. We were yellow skinned. I couldn't color correct for shit, so I said, "Fuck it." We're going on like a natural setting. We're going on like one of the default settings, and I don't do any color correction whatsoever.
You don't do any color correction?
No, I do, but what I do is I make sure I white balance because that's one of like the few things that I realize like, wait, if I
You
can
white
just white
balance. Yeah.
if I can white balance properly, then our
Right.
skin tones are gonna look decent, and I don't have to color correct. So there's absolutely no color correction on any Bloodbath and Beyond.
Okay. Here's something I want to say real quick though about the difference between what you guys do and what I do. Is you have multiple people to help you out though.
I am the only person who does anything.
Right, but if you need somebody to even just sit and so that you can set up lights, there's somebody to do that, right? Just sit there.
They'll go in. Yeah, to have a guy sitting there, okay, to get focus, and that's probably the only thing.
That's my issue is that I'm fucking the crew. I am everything. I'm everything, dude. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Like,
But to an extent, like you could just put a post and put a shirt on it, and you're good.
sometimes I'll set something up just to do focus, but as far as
That's
like
all you
lights
really
and
need.
stuff,
I don't.
I have a few different settings on my camera. I used to use one in which I found very specific settings to put in for all the color, and it looks good, but then I switched over to flat because I thought that would make it better. But here's my issue. I don't know what it is, and I'm fucking dying to figure this out. I always have a red hue, like kind of like what you see right now. Maybe it's just me.
You know what it is? It's because you've been drinking, and you just get that.
No. It'll be like on my it'll be like this reddish pink hue over everything, and then I have to color correct all that out every time. I'm
I'll bet
tired
you-
of the red hue.
I can probably tell you what it is right now.
What?
It's
Please
the
tell me.
green.
That's what I fucking thought too. Yeah, it's the green. It's the balance. The camera's
The
trying to
balance
fucking
is
balance it
hitting
out.
the green, and it's trying to work it
Well,
out,
why
and it's
don't you
making
guys
everything
have
red.
that problem if you're in front of a green screen? Maybe it's. Are you further? How far away from the screen are you? Probably a decent amount. Because I'm like right up on mine.
We're 3 feet from it.
Yeah, I'm about 1.5, 2 feet.
Yeah, it might be less than 3 feet. It might be 2 feet. It's
Hmm.
not that far.
I'm so tired of.
From the actual green screen
Yeah,
or
yeah.
from the camera? So
No,
from
no,
the
from
camera to
the
us
actual
is
green.
about 2 feet, and then I think from us to the green screen is another 2 feet.
Oh. I'm just tired of correcting out this fucking red hue on everything every time. I'm so tired.
You know what? Nobody's gonna notice it.
Yeah, okay.
As picky as we are as guys who are doing this, it is what it is. The first time that I ever actually did anything with the GH4, so like the new camera, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna shoot flat in 4K, and it's gonna be awesome because this is a brand new, like this is 5 times the amount that I spent on this other camera that I was shooting with.
Yeah, I know what you're
It's
talking
actually
about.
the worst looking thing, and it's the Sacrament video that me and you did our little thing with Leslie
Right?
Vernon. So if you watch that video, and you'll see it's flat, and it looks like shit. And that was after me color correcting it and trying to make it look decent, and it still looked like garbage. So from now on, even when I've done some corporate gigs, because I do videography on the side, all of that, like, I don't shoot in flat because I'm really bad at color correcting. So I'd rather just like let the camera do its job.
You know, in my defense, out of all the fucking color correction I've done, I've gotten better at it. I just want to do less of it.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it comes down to. I'm just
Well,
tired of the red hue every single time, and I know
well,
it's the
I
green
don't
that's.
know. Hold on, I'm gonna blow your mind unless you already do this, but based on what you're saying, you don't.
What's that?
Take your last project and duplicate it, and make it a template.
Yeah, save it. No, well, I get that, but the thing with me, I don't know if you guys do this, probably not. What I do is, in addition to my soft boxes, I use natural light coming through my window.
Yes, we do not use that, so okay.
And the natural light changes
We'll change
day to
everything.
day. It can even change during a shoot. If a fucking cloud goes over the sun. I like the look of the natural light, but it is a little temperamental. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
kind of my problem, I guess.
It could be. I'm gonna be honest. People aren't gonna notice because you have guys, and this is no disrespect to guys like Brian Gatto, but you have guys like Brian Gatto sitting in their basement with a DVD wall. Same with Sean C. Phillips, DVD wall behind them. It's irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant what their lighting's like because their content is good, and we still watch them because their content is good. It doesn't matter what color our skin is. It doesn't matter, and that's not like a racial thing, but like it doesn't matter like
Bastard.
it
No,
doesn't
you know
matter
what?
like
Maybe I do
what
need to
hue
try.
we are.
I
I
need
think
to
we're
actually,
too picky.
I guess, probably just use the my lighting instead of combining natural light. I should try that and see what happens.
Yeah, we try and keep
Then,
consistent
like
light
you said,
all the
then I
time.
can do a template, save the settings, and reuse it. It just that's kind of iffy when the natural lighting changes
When it's
everything.
different, yeah.
Yeah,
We do it so that it's completely consistent. Every single
yeah, it's
episode is gonna
uniform.
look the
That's a good
same.
way to go about it. It's true. You know what? Hey, would it be all right if we took a bathroom break real fast?
Uh, if you want to do that, that means we're gonna do another episode, and it's just us BSing some more
No,
part
no,
two.
no. Let's not stop. Everybody's just gonna watch an empty screen for. Dude, I can piss fast. I'll be right back. Is
All right.
that cool?
I don't know.
Hey, it's cool. I'll be right back, and I'll entertain them.
I will do my best. So, guys, Eric's going to piss, and if you're watching right now, and I'm not certain that you are watching live, but if you are watching right now, I guess we can go over this last movie that I have, because this is an old classic. It's still in cellophane, but I got this super cheap. It's Dr. Giggles, and I love this movie. I know I haven't watched it in years, but I know I still love it because it was so creepy back in the day. I used to watch it on pay-per-view back in like '93, I think. Yeah, so this came out in '92, so '93, probably accurate. I believe there's like 8 to 11 on-screen kills that are all practical. This was not in the world of CG, and this was solid. And this is Warner Brothers, so it might be a little bit high budget for what we usually review, but I really, really like this because of the fear that is set in me as a person, and with doctors, and with like dentists. Like, this is something that could strike fear into people. So if you haven't seen it already, check out Dr. Giggles, because
Oh shit, that's a classic.
it's a quality film. Yeah, so while you were gone, I just thought like I'd do this DVD that I had in the stack and just say like, hey,
It was Dr. Giggles, huh?
it's Dr. Giggles. I said it's still in the cellophane, but this was like I haven't seen it in years, but I know it's one of my favorite movies.
I know, same here. It's been a while, but I remember, I remember it being entertaining and fun.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck.
You want to hear? Let's see. We've got my Friday. The Friday Drunken Terry finally went up on my channel, which is good. Bunch of people watched it. Thumbs up. Thanks, people. We've got comments. Do you want to hear comments?
Yeah, hit me up.
On the current one, we've got. Sorry, B Hewlett. Fucking people. First of all, I'm terrible with names. You have to have the craziest names ever.
I know, right?
You guys are so hilarious. Oh, and the Taco Ninja, guaranteed hit. And then Godzilla 2007 says, "You guys are so awesome. Fucking rock on, people. Thank you. We totally appreciate it because all we're doing is BSing."
Yo, yeah. I don't know. I haven't actually like talked to this guy before, but a guy at More Horror on Twitter, he retweeted, and he has 18,000 followers. So like maybe we're getting like some of the trickle down from that.
Yeah, we get the trickle down.
I think I've actually like read some of his articles on morehorror.com. So that's really cool that he retweeted something that we're doing, because we're just like a couple drunk guys talking about horror movies.
Yeah, isn't it?
So that's kind of neat.
Isn't it kind of weird how you become?
Oh no, you've frozen on me, or I've frozen on you. Have we frozen? Oh no, I don't know who's actually live right now. My internet still works. I feel like you have fucked up somehow.
Here,
have you fucked up?
Oh, it's welcome back.
Hold on, I fucked up, or you fucked up?
I don't know who it was. One of us, both of us.
Fine, we'll go with both of us.
You know what? No, fuck that. Let's blame it on something else. Maybe it was Jason.
Google Plus. Everyone blames everything on Google Plus, so it is what it is.
Okay, fucking yeah, that's fine. There's another silly horror movie for you. Google the horror movie.
About it. Giving people things to live for and then taking them away at the last minute. Right when you start to like it, we'll take it away.
What were you talking about when you or somebody cut out? One of us. We both cut out. I don't know.
Oh, I was talking about on Twitter. We had a couple like pretty big tweeters, if that's what you call them. They're actually just people who do like horror blogs and stuff. So the guy from morehorror.com, who is actually like pretty reputable, retweeted when I posted that we're here, and
That's
he has
awesome.
like 19,000 followers. So
Cool,
like
man.
that's a lot of potential,
Yeah, they might be all watching right now.
yeah,
19,000 people judging us at this very moment.
right? No, yeah, I've actually talked to Seth a few times. He's a cool guy. Uh, if you haven't checked him out, everybody who's watching, go to morehorror.com. You know, we're all on the grind. We're doing our thing. We're all competing in this space, but we're also helping each other out in this space, and that's what's really cool. So, if any of you guys are watching and you're looking to review horror movies or you're looking to start doing anything online, it's not a competition. We all help each other out, and we try and get to the same place, and we kind of build with each other because as we grow, we help each other out. And I think
Exactly.
there's a lot of people that don't look at it this way, and I hate that because like I don't care if I have 1 million followers and Brian Gatto has like 500 subs. I will fucking keep talking about him and bring him up because he
You
deserves it.
know, you know
You know?
what? On my end, this is the. I guess I'm different than a lot of people in the sense that I don't watch a lot of other people's content. You have to be.
I don't either. I don't
I
either.
feel like you gotta be a real cool person for me to be like, let me sub to you and watch your stuff.
Exactly.
And I'm not trying to sound like a dick to like other people. They could be great people, but if they're covering something that is just not what I'm into, then I just don't follow it. And I'm not trying to say, you suck or anything. It's just not my thing. And I'm real honest about that. And I like you guys a lot because you fucking just good people. And that's why I follow and I promote Brian and Dr. Snowcone and these people. They're just good peeps, man. So
I
I'm all about it. And I've had a few people like contact me about collaborating, and then I try and get into their stuff, and I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not my thing. So then
yeah,
I feel like I can't wholeheartedly get into that, so I don't.
exactly. Yeah, I completely agree. There's a lot of people that I am for and I will push them as much as I can. I don't always watch all their stuff. And like I'm a big fan of 13th Wolfman. Do you know 13th Wolfman?
Nah, I don't know that one.
He's pretty cool, and he's a guy that I push. He's got up, I think he's got about like 1,100 subs, so not huge, but solid guy. He knows his stuff, and he interviews all these celebrities, and he doesn't get the views that he deserves. And I think a
Yeah,
lot of people should check him out, and I back him like 100%. Vanilla Gorilla Beast, I'm sure you've seen him.
of course. Yeah, I know him.
That guy puts a lot of work into his videos. I don't
True.
watch them. I don't watch them all, and I'll be honest, but I respect his grind and I respect his hustle, so I fucking push his stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a perfect example. And I don't know if this is something he'll ever see or whatever. It's like
It depends on if he's watching our stuff, and then we'll feel like dicks if he comments.
no, like it's not necessarily the style I'm into, but when I do check out his stuff, it's so fucking evident how much work he puts into it. That's why
Yeah,
I have respect, and I'm like, all right, put you on my sidebar. I'll fucking share your stuff. I'll
exactly.
suggest you to other people because this guy is trying. He's fucking trying real hard. He puts more effort into his stuff than I put into mine, and I'll just straight up say that right now to everybody. He he,
Yeah,
he fucking goes for it, man.
and I'm saying that I will completely endorse Vanilla Grill Beast because that guy does like skits. He does like multiple angle skits by himself with nobody else involved, and he'll put a lot of work
I
into
almost want
everything
to
that
sit
he
him down
does.
and say you're doing too much, dude. Cut it
Right?
back a little bit, making us look bad over here.
And he has different intros for like all of his like different segments and stuff. Uh, Vanilla Gorilla, if you're watching, like, I know that I don't comment on any of your videos. I don't think I've commented on something since I put them in my sidebar, but I do watch, and I respect the hustle. So
Absolutely.
do what you do, and the reason why you're in our sidebar is because you grind, and same reason why you're there. And we're not gonna start stroking each other's dicks off, but
That's what this was. I titled that
stroking dicks,
mutual
Stroking-
stroke.
mutual strokes, and taco killers or taco ninjas. I don't remember it. Oh, we'll just call this whole fucking. Okay, just make a playlist like, hey, me and Eric, we're the hard tacos. What's up?
Hog
We're the
taco.
ones- Hot taco. Hot tacos.
Taco.
We're the hot tacos?
No, hog. Because we were
Oh,
talking
Hog tacos. That's like a new like side bit where it's like, hey, it's not just Eric and Jay, it's the Hog Tacos. You just have like a pig and a taco swoop in, and I'll have my red and you'll have your red, and they just kind of clash and become like an ultimate hog. It's gonna be like a taco saddled on a hog logo, and that's it. That's just me and you
You know what?
kicking the bull.
We're just overflowing with brilliance.
I feel like there's a lot of like, hey, Sean Cunningham needs to like fucking holler at us, and we'll collaborate, and we'll make a cool Friday the 13th
We'll
movie.
make a Friday where it's nothing but a dog digging in the ground, and then the next thing you know, it's hog tacos all over the second place.
Fucking yeah, we're gonna do like an Airbud 7, and then
You brought an Airbud into this. Holy shit, dude. That's when you know you're wasted. When you're making Airbud references.
yes, I completely agree with that. Oh, show. Oh,
But
that's cool.
To
I
take
think
it back
that like
to
people are actually like watching this right now. So thank you for watching live. That's actually really cool. That's something I would never have expected. Just coming in to like watch a movie with you.
Totally. I'm glad everybody's down with it because I'm surprised by the amount of people that give a shit about what we have to say while we're wasted.
Right? Like we just want to talk. Hey, it's us talking about like, hey, what's that? Is that a green screen? Oh, cool. You use a softbox. I use a softbox. Right on. Oh, I notice you have several pairs of shoes. I don't.
I noticed we're both still wearing clothes. What's up with that? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Ratings through the roof.
We are the ones that will be killed like immediately.
Because we're both sluts. See, I
Yes,
brought
we're
it
the
back.
sluts.
We're the sluts. You understand?
We're allowed to say that. See, not derogatory.
Exactly.
Because we're men. We can be male sluts.
we're male sluts.
I'm very far from a male slut. It's been
That's
so
not what
long.
I heard about your naked
It's
ass.
been so long.
I heard you're the guy that starts the skinny dipping session.
Yeah, right? And everybody's like, oh my god, have you seen him naked? It's terrifying. See you later. I'd rather go get killed in the woods.
Jordan Jackson says you guys make the best videos. You know what?
Cool.
I don't know if these are your viewers or mine because I haven't recognized any of these names, but hey, thanks a lot.
I actually don't recognize any of those names either, so that's
we just
really
have
neat.
random people. So it's that tweeter helping us out.
Yeah, maybe. Because I did get a bunch of subs, so that's cool.
You know what I just realized? You were talking about my shoes right there.
Yeah, what's up?
You're like, I see you like shoes.
Well, I need to point out
Realize
the
that's what
obvious.
I'm talking about.
I
You're like,
feel
I see you like beer.
because don't forget, like, you have a mirror there, so I get to see like double the amount of shoes, so it's making a bigger impact on me.
It looks like a big ass collection of shoes.
It's like, whoa, you have like 8 shoes right there.
No,
Like, now it's 4, dickhead.
I got, look, it's work shoes right here.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Work shoes and then regular shoes and I'm also wearing slippers. This is
And
what
then
it's fucking come
earlier I
to.
saw you picking your toe, so you weren't wearing any shoes back then.
I put them on and off, picking my
What
toes.
did
You're right.
you?
I did. I was. You know what? I spend all day on my fucking feet at work. So
What do you do for a job, by the way?
I work at a grocery store. I am a checker. I do this all day. $100,
That
please.
looks like my making taco face. I'm making
Well,
8-second tacos.
I can make 8-second tacos just as fucking well, I guess.
Bullshit.
Oh, you want to have a fucking taco off? Is that what this is?
Yeah, okay. So, I would like to see. Here is your taco. Here are your things. Do it.
And then you eat it. You have to eat it too.
Oh, you fucking murked it up. You did a great job.
I know I did.
I didn't think you were going to do as well as I thought.
I
You
know
know what?
my tacos.
And then you went back to this like dope ass position of you just like hand on knee. You fucking win. Here. Have
I'm
this.
actually kind of really efficient at stuff like that, to the point that it's almost scary. I just have this ability to like organize stuff to make it like so that I can do it as fast as humanly possible. That's why I've gotten to the point in my job where I'm just like throwing shit through the fucking scanner, and then like, here's your fucking change in your fucking receipt real fast. Like, it's great.
There's like, what? I seriously still have the $10 bill in my... Don't. No, I don't.
Actually, what happens, this is no joke, I use a touch screen computer where I have to like tally stuff or add in extra things that can't be scanned. The computer can't keep up with me. It's fucking annoying, actually.
As the guy making them programs, it's tough. You need to give us
Is
some
that
time.
what you do? You make the programs?
I do web design, and I do some like very small amount of programming.
Oh, that's what you do, huh? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so like my big forte is graphic design, but I actually do web design, which is just like doing all the code behind the scenes.
Right.
And I think that adds to why we have been gaining a lot of traction, because I also do search engine optimization, SEO. So like, this is what I do in my regular day.
Well, why don't you throw a few of those tricks my way? Put some Death Twitch codes in your thing. Give me some more search options.
Yeah, it's like every time somebody finds us, it's like, hey, why did when I search this? I'll be honest, and I got the hiccups because I'm fucking wasted, and I feel like a cartoon character right now. Hick. No. There we go.
I don't have the hiccups.
When I searched YouTube for like Death T, you were the first result. That's fucking dope. And earlier I searched like Friday the 13th reviews. You were the first result. That's fucking badass.
Well, awesome. That's cool. Well, I knew
So
when
you're
I
doing
knew
your
when
job right.
Dude, I knew going into doing Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street reviews that those were going to be my big boosts. I mean, I'm not going to fucking sit here and lie. I knew that that's a big search. So when I was like, hey, maybe we should re-review these movies, and I'm glad I fucking did, because I did way better job the second time.
Right?
But I knew, like, that's a big search.
Yeah, we don't, and like I'm cool with like not doing it because I respect those that know a lot more. I mean, I'm a big Friday the 13th fan. I'm a big Halloween fan. I have them fucking tattooed on my forearms. I have like Voorhees on my right. My very first tattoo was Voorhees right here.
So that makes you an even bigger Friday fan than me, because I got jack shit over here. Look at.
But guess what? I smoked myself retarded when I was 14 and 15, so I have no memory at all. So anything that I watch, like I can watch a movie today. Next week, I will completely forget that movie because I'm actually like completely brain dead and it sucks because of drugs. And I'm a big advocate now for like I'm totally against weed. And I know you're wearing a fucking marijuana shirt, but I actually like smoke myself to the point where I can't remember anything for a short amount of time or a long amount of time, and it's bullshit. And so, like, fuck drugs. And maybe weed wasn't the only factor. Uh, Alcohol wasn't it, but I did experiment with a lot of other drugs that also fucked with my memory. So like my memory is shot, and that's why like
Wait. What? Now you what? You fucking smoked a bunch of other drugs? Come on now. You want to blame weed? Can't be the only.
That's when it started. It definitely
That's a
started.
gateway drug? Is that what you're saying? Now we're getting into a drug debate.
It is a gateway drug.
It
It's
really is
certainly.
BS
I would have
commentary.
never done like say like I went from that to shrooms. Then I went from shrooms to acid. Then I went from acid to ecstasy. And then I went from ecstasy to coke. And it's like it just trickles down and you get involved in everything. And I completely am an advocate for weed being a gateway drug. And I'm so sorry.
But you know what? Then you got
I
someone like
completely
me on the other end of the
think that.
spectrum who, wow, started smoking weed.
I agree.
I
Yeah,
also did mushrooms. I've done acid, and I've talked about it. And I did coke, never did ecstasy, and I never did heroin, even though it was around. I don't know. Like for me, once I knew that I liked marijuana and beer, like that was it. I didn't like. I even tried meth. More than once because meth is a big fucking issue in Arizona. It's a big problem. I was
Yeah,
like,
we
what's the
don't
big
have
deal?
that
Let me
in
try
here.
it a little bit. And I didn't get it. So I don't know. Maybe it's just. I understand what you're talking about, like smoking, like being so fucking high all the time that your thought processes just kind of stop. It's like getting stuck in molasses.
Yeah, but it's not even
Just
when
stop.
you're high, and that's the problem. Like when you do it so often, like
Becomes a permanent issue.
it's
Like
a permanent issue that like
I can get
I
that.
did this when I was 14 and I'm 30 right now. So 16 years ago, I made a huge mistake. And now I can't remember the movie that I watched last week.
Well, I mean, I sort of
So,
understand where you're coming from, but I sort of don't. But I have been in a few different positions. One where I purposely stop everything
yeah,
for a certain amount of time to clear my head. But then I have fucking long periods of time, which sounds fucking stupid, where I'm just too broke to get fucked up.
fair enough.
So between those two things, I do get a good amount of time away from everything.
That's cool. That's
That
cool.
I
Yeah.
can able to clear my head again. But I like seriously just being drunk or high all the time and then experimenting with other bullshit on the side. If that was constant, I would not have a brain left. I get that. And I fucking told somebody that one of my subscribers, I'm not gonna fucking name names, but one of my subscribers that because I put my Facebook ID out there so people fucking find me on Facebook,
Yeah.
he sees me doing drunkentaries and kind of, I wouldn't say advocating beer, but obviously I enjoy it. So he's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get fucked up tonight. I'm like, hey, that's cool. You gotta take a break once in a while, right?
Right. Like, don't be crazy.
you gotta give your brain cells a chance to heal once in a while, and I do that.
Yeah. That's
But
that's
man,
awesome.
if I was to never stop ever, it would kill me. I understand that.
Yeah. I did. I was on from 14 to 21 is a long time, and I did drugs and I was crushing fucking bottles of liquor from 14 to 21. Like that's a very long amount of time.
I actually was a late bloomer, and I didn't start. I didn't. Okay, aside from me drinking beers at my sister's party, which was not like I literally could maybe get through one. You know,
Yeah.
like an 8-year-old, I wasn't pounding back a bunch of beers. I
Right.
was just like, hey, awesome, I'm one
I'm
of you.
farting too.
But when I finally started, it wasn't until 17, almost going on 18, when I finally started doing anything.
That's cool. I fucking
And then I did that for a while, and then I took like a year off. Uh, and then I got into it again, and then I took a little bit of time off, and then got it all into it again. I guess I just found the rhythm that works for me.
yeah. You're using the rhythm method when it comes to alcohol.
However, as much as I love fucking marijuana, and you're the advocate against it, sort of,
Yep.
and I'm kind of the advocate for it,
Yep.
I do need my breaks away from it. I have to, like, I did my time being high for fucking years and years in a row, and it messes with your mind. It really does. Like, I
I know.
found out I have to take breaks away, and then I can enjoy it some more. And then when it starts to get to me, then I fucking just break away from it.
Yeah, I dig that. Like, I'm not like, well, I am an advocate for like, hey, don't do drugs because this is going to be a gateway drug. If you're smoking weed all the time, that's fine. It's just not what I'm into. And I can respect like you doing what you're doing. I had a girlfriend that was smoking a joint a day, and I'm like, she ended up becoming a dealer. Uh, Hopefully none of their family is watching. I don't think they are. But my last girlfriend, yeah, was like big into pot, and
Because if
every
you deal
fucking
it,
day smoking a joint.
smoke your own product and get high while
Exactly.
sell it to other people.
And what's funny is she ended up like marrying the dealer.
Wow.
And I went to their wedding. I have pictures with like he's a cool guy. Like I knew it was gonna happen because like it was inevitable, dude. Like they were hanging out. Like,
I like the way this story went. It was like it was a
hey,
little
what's
bit
up?
like
We're talking
here's
about
a
horror movies.
here's a
Traffic
warning.
equals to this.
Here's a warning against marijuana, but hey, you might wind up finding the love of your life and marrying them.
Welcome to Maury Povich. Yeah. So like, you know,
That's
it is
cool.
what it is, and I still like them, and they're fucking awesome people, and they smoke weed like crazy. But you know what? Like, it fucked me up, but I don't. I try and like get people away from it. But if you're doing it, you're doing it. It is what it is. I just want to let people know like it will definitely lead to other drugs. I've never met somebody who's just smoked weed and not done something else. And that's what I'm the advocate for. If you're already smoking weed all the time, it is what it is.
You know what though? That I found out the weird fucking thing is being someone that's been in the drug fucking culture. And like I said, I've been around and tried many fucking things. I more stuff than I've even listed here. I could go on to other crazy drugs that you've probably never even heard of.
I've
But
heard of them and I've done them.
everybody's got their one thing. Like I said, meth is a fucking huge problem in Arizona for some reason. It's a terrible fucking drug. It's worse. It's like the one of the worst things I've ever seen happen to people. And I tried it, and I was like, "This is bullshit." So I went back to weed. But I've had friends get hooked on it. Family members, well, I'm not going to say who, family members that tell me when I do meth, I feel like I'm Superman. I'm on top of the world. And when I did it, that was not my. It was like, ew, why would I do this? This is bullshit. So I went back to weed. Some people just have their drug. I've got somebody else I know that heroin is his thing apparently, and
Yeah.
it's like, fuck, dude, whatever. Some people's thing. I remember here is a if I'm gonna give kind of any kind of drug warning. It's the story of somebody I knew back in my hometown that did everything to such an extreme that he killed almost all of his brain, and he was functioning kind of retard. Is that a proper word to use? Like he had killed
It
so much
isn't. It
brain.
is not at all. I don't think
Uh,
we can say that now. Politically correct. We can't say that.
I, th- I, I'm not saying it as an insult. I'm saying it as the
No.
fact that
Yeah. Okay.
he disabled his mental abilities to such an extent that he became like much less of the person that you knew when you first met him.
Right.
He was like 5 levels down after that and was barely able to form a sentence. And that's somebody that was, I'm talking, smoking weed, drinking liquor, drinking beer, sniffing fucking paint, sniffing gasoline, taking some acid and some shrooms. I mean, everything.
Like
this guy
doing
really,
everything, and he's just
he
kind
really-
of blown his fucking whole lifestyle out of proportion.
he killed his brain, essentially. But
You know,
any fucking way, what a weird conversation that went on.
yeah, I could talk about that for hours because I have like a shit ton of stories for a weird situation in my life, and we will talk about that at some other point. What else do you want to talk about? Let's talk about horror movies again.
I'm down. I'm
What's
down.
your? I want to know because I don't really know. What is your number one horror movie?
I don't even know how you could not know this. Can you
I
hear
would
me?
imagine it is Friday the 13th.
No.
2.
No.
Or it's Halloween.
Yes.
Cool.
John Carpenter's Halloween is such a work of poetry to me, and like my sensibility, that it's like, in my mind, is a work of art. And I've seen it so many times that as my favorite movie, I'm almost fucking sick of seeing it. But I still cannot deny that, to me, and exactly what I'm looking for in a movie, it's like so fucking good. And I don't know if you've seen any amount of my reviews, you know that I probably talk a lot about that I'm the opposite of what I guess a lot of people are. People want action right up front all the way
Yeah.
through. Like, I'm the guy that wants shit to be strung out and like slow building. Give me some character development, or just build some tension or some suspense.
Yeah.
Give me all that, and I'm so fucking down with it. And Halloween is goddamn nothing but tension and suspense for an hour and a half. So I love it.
You know what? That is also my favorite film.
Oh my god, it's no wonder we get along.
So, that's why my second fucking
Myers.
is Myers.
See, and again, you've gone even harder core than I have, because I still have no tattoos. But here's the thing, I have no tattoos or piercings. But if I was to get anything, it would probably some kind of Halloween related tattoo in the Zebra tattoo shop where the original Michael Myers mask was bought back when it
Yes.
was Burt Wheeler's costume shop.
Yep.
So when I do get my tattoo, it'll be in that building, and it'll be Halloween related.
I have some terrible news for you.
No. What?
I went there 2 weeks ago, and it's not a tattoo shop.
Is it next door to a tattoo? Is it even near one?
There are no tattoo shops there. It's like
No, that can't be right.
it's not on my phone. I wish I could show you on my phone. It's definitely nothing. I think it might be a cafe, if anything. It's not a tattoo shop. The hardware store where Michael Myers was supposedly got his mask, which we actually
I would say
didn't
we're
see.
talking about two different things.
Where?
We're talking about two different things.
Okay, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the actual building in which the original Shatner mask was bought by Tommy Lee Wallace. For the movie.
Okay, yeah. I'm
It
thinking.
was set on 6,660 Hollywood Boulevard, which was Burt Wheeler's costume shop, and is now called Zebra Tattoo.
Okay,
So
you're
yeah,
right.
we're on.
Okay, so what I was talking about was the hardware store
Right.
where Michael Myers apparently bought this mask that we
Right.
actually never saw, but we do see like people drive by it.
It's a cafe or something.
I believe, I'm not certain it's even, I don't think there's anything in it, but I did take a picture of it, and I have a funny story about it. Here it is. And we'll continue talking about Halloween, because I just went to all of like the hot spots. I went to the Doyle house. I went to Michael Myers' house, which was
So jealous.
all this shit.
jealous.
I know. I wish I could like show pictures, but it's on my memory card. So if I can show you, here it is.
Wow, those are awesome pictures.
Oh, such great things. So funny story. So we went to California a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, hey, we've got like the afternoon to do whatever we want. And what I wanted was to go to the opening scene of Halloween. That's all I wanted. Like,
right, this Haddonfield scene, street
yeah, the street level, like camera on the ground, just looking down. Like we got one street, one street, one street. I'm like, that's where I want to go. So I told my buddy who was driving, I'm like, can we please go there? And so we did. We went to, it was South Pasadena, and we went there, and then we realized like a lot of the other houses are actually like in the same block, but we didn't really know where we were, and because we're Canadian, we didn't have like any Wi-Fi, or like we couldn't like check the internet at all.
Huh.
Because like it would cost us, I think it was $5 a megabyte.
Holy
so
mother.
To look up a picture,
Mother of God.
$10. So we were
that
like,
sucks, dude.
so why this is a problem is we knew the address of this one place. We knew the intersection that we needed to be for the opening shot of Halloween. And that was it. We knew that everyone was kind of around there, like within a block of each other. So we just started wandering around with a camera and my new monopod that I bought.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to say that must have been useless for you.
So we walked around for like an hour, I would say. And so... What?
No, go ahead. Go ahead, tell your story.
So we went to an intersection, and I'm like, we crossed like train tracks. I'm like, oh, cool. I turn around, I look at like a couple cafes. I'm like, oh my God. I think I'm standing in the exact position of the hardware store that Michael Myers supposedly got his mask. And I think they reuse it in Rob Zombie's thing when we have like Danielle Harris talking to the cop in the car. I think it's actually at the same intersection that I was at.
You would know that because the Myers house is directly across the street from it.
Yeah.
So if you did you see the Myers? Otherwise, I don't know where you were.
I'm working towards that.
Oh, my bad.
So everybody else, so there's people at these cafes like all around us, like knowing that we're like shooting this one building right here. That is the place that Michael Myers bought his mask. And yeah, okay, we have another funny part, but I'm standing there and a fucking like whatever, like a train came or something. And who, you know, like that big ass fucking thing that blocks, like you can't go here, like the crosswalk. Right. I was like posted up with like my monopod, like filming this thing just for like a couple seconds, and the thing like started to crush me. Like a train was coming. It's an active train thing, and I had no idea, and so it actually like pushed my head down to the point where it hurt me. And
be careful about that.
Yeah, and everybody at all the cafes, like, it's a four-corner cafe kind of deal, and everybody was laughing their ass off because they know that people go to try and get the same shot that I did, and they probably get crushed all the time.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Guilty.
So were you at the right location?
Yes, I was definitely at the right location. I have I think I haven't like actually compared the footage, but I think I was at the exact same angle. And so like we were there, and then we left to go and shoot some other things because it's all within like a pretty small area.
Right. A lot of
and then the guys could see us come back like an hour and a half later because we went to a Starbucks. I'm like, where the fuck is the Myers house? Where is it? They moved it. So the original location that I actually had written down on like a notepad, they actually like picked up the house and they moved it to across from the hardware store.
Yep.
So originally it was like 700 Orange Street or whatever,
You
and
still
they
have
moved.
the old address?
Yeah, so I had the old address, so I went there. I'm like,
Dude,
that's not it.
that should happen in the late 80s. You
Yeah,
still
but that's not
have the
something you
old
know.
address?
That's not something you like really think about when you're like in the situation. You're like,
But you know
the
what?
Myers house is somewhere around here, and then you're like, oh, there it is, but this isn't where it's supposed to be. So like, they saw us an hour and a half later when we're walking around the streets. Like everybody laughed at me getting crushed by this fucking thing, so they knew exactly what I was doing. And like, none of them said like, hey, if you're actually looking for like a dope ass spot to record, why don't you point right here, right by this cafe, because you're missing the Myers house. We were looking around for the Myers house for an hour and a half, and we finally found it. And it was literally like right beside where we were. It was bullshit, and I felt like such a complete tool, but it is what it is. Like, that shit happens all the time. But for the opening scene for Halloween, where we actually shot that with the crossway, a guy pulled up while I was like shooting like a perfect shot, and he's like, "Hey, welcome to Haddonfield."
No way.
It was fucking amazing.
That's badass.
It was really cool, and he was actually one of the guys that's like on a corner house. It's actually slightly in the scene, like you can barely see it, but like his property is technically in the scene.
Did he really say it like that?
He said, "Yeah." He pulled up and he said, "Hey." And I thought he was getting mad because we were kind of in the middle of the road with the monopod just like pointed out, and I saw him turning, and I ran over, like not to fuck with him because I wanted about 5 to 10 seconds like straight footage, and he fucked me up. So I just ran over, and he's like, "Hey." He like rolled down his window. "Welcome to Haddonfield," and then he like parked right there. And it was fucking hilarious. I was like, that's fucking awesome. And then it put me into perspective, like, people must do this shit all day. Like,
No,
every fucking
joke,
day.
dude. When it comes to Halloween, man, any neighborhood or house or building that was involved in the first 2 movies is just probably constantly bombarded.
I got a couple other funny. Okay, so I got the Doyle house, where all the action fucking happens, which is dope. We have kitty corner to that, which is actually, fuck, what is the name of the house?
The house has a name?
I
The
forget.
Nightmare House?
Okay.
Elm Street? Are we on different movies now?
No, we're still on Halloween.
Still on Halloween?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
The Doyle house.
The other babysitting house.
The babysitter who brought like the kids to the Doyle house, where all the shit happened. That house is actually literally across the street. I didn't think that was real. It's actually,
I mean, the exteriors are across. It's in somewhere in Hollywood, I think.
yeah, they're actually right across the street from each other. Well, I turned my camera this way, and I turned my camera that way, and I have pictures of both.
That's awesome. I heard that one of them has been majorly overhauled, though.
Yeah, one's been definitely. It has like a very cool like driveway that like goes around some like kind of boulevard or something. And then there was another thing. Oh, it was so cool. Laurie Strode walking up the sidewalk with a hedge where Michael Myers steps out.
Yeah.
The hedge is missing, but I got that shot. And I have the shot from Michael Myers' angle when Laurie Strode is walking with I think PJ Sauls. They're like walking home from school. I got like that shot. Like, it's fucking awesome.
That is awesome, and I can't wait to go. 'Cause someday I will. Someday I'll make it. Like, if this is something that has to happen. You know,
It is.
you know how you have that thing in your life that you intend so hardcore that it has to happen? That's my thing. And I will put this out there. I'm totally happy with going and being homeless on those streets. If that's what it comes down to, I'll sleep in the alley from fucking
You can't be
Halloween.
homeless there. It's such a very nice place.
I'll be homeless
There is
there.
no homeless people there. It was such a nice place.
I'll be the one homeless guy that's like, hey, remember that scene?
Man, honestly, it's surreal to be in those situations when you're just like, oh my god, like 40 years ago this was happening. That's amazing. And I don't know why I haven't put this on my computer. I haven't even backed it up yet. Like maybe those are fucking destroyed. But fuck, that was really cool.
That is badass because that's my top one bucket list thing to do. Like
You
I
need
got
to
other
get
shit.
you
Like
need to get to that
I-
intersection. That's the main thing. The intersection is the thing.
You know what to me is the thing? The biggest deal is where the hardware store / Myers house is because there are so many scenes from 1 and 2 on that one block. That whole
Yeah.
alley back there from part 2 is right behind where you were at. The
Yep.
fucking Elrod house is on the same street as the Myers house is now, even though the Myers house has been moved.
Yeah.
You know what kind of is weird and I don't understand is the whole fucking side of the street where the Myers house was, they demolished all the buildings and somebody saved the Myers house, which is awesome. But why did
And
they just
lifted it up and moved it.
but who and why decided, hey, you know this whole fucking neighborhood right here? Let's just tear
Except
it
for
down
this
and
house.
start over. Let's just tear all these fucking houses down.
You know, it was a
Build
Halloween
bullshit.
fan. It had to have been.
Dude, I'm eternally fucking grateful somebody saved it. My point is, who the fuck was like, hey, this whole neighborhood, let's tear it down? I don't get it.
They didn't tear down the whole neighborhood. I was there.
No. They rebuilt some shit. Now there's duplexes and fucking apartments there.
Yes.
They literally tore down almost half a block of one side of the street.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And they
I have-
rebuilt it, so it doesn't, if you go there now, you can't tell. But it's not the same side of the neighborhood that used to be there.
No. Yeah.
Really weird that I just can't fathom. I guess somebody owned that whole side of the street and was like sold it or something.
Yeah. So it's so weird.
But
I
you know
don't-
what?
I don't
It is
get
a
it.
goddamn miracle.
Like, I'm gonna keep that one.
House.
I'm gonna keep that house. You know, let's roll.
Fucking for real. Dude, when I go there, I'm gonna kiss the house. I'm gonna kiss it because it might
It's
not
weird.
be
No,
in existence.
You know what? You say that, and like so I said the same thing before I went there. And so when I saw that, it's like it's a chiropractor's place or a dental lab or something.
Yeah, I know that. I don't give a
And
fuck.
so
I'm gonna
and so
hop it.
like you can see like a secretary like fucking sending emails. I'm like, I feel weird like standing on a step like saying like, hey, I'm here, because there's like,
whatever, they
I'm
get
doing
that all
my
the time.
job.
The goddamn Myers house. I'm gonna pull my fucking junk out on the porch.
So long as it's not like completely
my hog
crazy
out.
and it's not mutilated like fucking.
I'll pull my mutilated hog out. I'll make her look at it.
Quotable. I'm gonna put that on Twitter. Hey, you wanna come check us out? We have Eric Harrison here from the Death Twitch Review, who's pulling out his mutilated hog.
On the fucking Myers porch. And you know what?
On the Myers porch. That'd be great.
And then the next shot is me getting taken away by the police in handcuffs.
Right?
Screw it.
It was yeah.
That'll
very-
be my story, and I'll have pictures on Twitter to prove it.
I think you really dig that. That whole area. If I had like better internet, I know Rob Zombie's Halloween was filmed in that same area in South Pasadena, and I know I could have got a lot more cool shots, but we had to actually walk around and try and recognize things. And that was the hardest part about being in LA, is being Canadian. Next time, we're going to fucking buy a fucking burner.
First, yeah, you should have had me there. I'd have been taking you straight to the locations.
Where are you
going,
from? By the way? Oh, you're from Arizona, right?
I'm in Arizona, yeah.
Actually, I stopped there on my way home. I went to Phoenix Airport.
Dance receipt.
I had to do like 3 different flights to get the cheapest rate. So I went to Phoenix for a bit. I was there for 2 hours.
You were in the Phoenix airport?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know what? It was actually really, really big, and it was very impressive in comparison to a lot of the airports that I've been to. Philadelphia, awesome airport. But Phoenix, I think, beat it out.
Well,
Phoenix is probably the best airport that I went to. And I've been to fucking LAX.
It's like one of the stops for getting from the East Coast to the West Coast or whatever.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Dallas and Phoenix, yeah.
Man, honestly, great airport, dude.
Thanks. I've never flown on a plane before.
Really?
Nope.
So
I gotta piss again because this chorus keeps going through me.
So are we never going to meet?
Why do you say that?
If you've never been on a plane.
That's not to say I'll never fly. I just haven't been on. No, I don't have a fear of heights. I actually have the opposite. I fucking love heights so much. I'm the guy hanging off cliffs and shit. No, everybody else is all afraid, and I'll be like hanging over the side. Hell yeah! I just haven't been on a plane yet. It's just a matter of circumstance.
Fair enough. That's cool.
We'll meet. So what? We got to meet halfway, right? Or do I just gotta come straight up there?
Where's halfway between fucking where I'm at in Arizona?
Middle of nowhere.
like Maine.
Middle of bumfuck nowhere and.
Let me pull up a map of the U.S.
I'm gonna take a real fast piss. Okay. Is that all right? I mean, I have to ask, but you know what? It's gonna come out anyway. So I'm going to go do it.
That's what it is, isn't it?
It is what it is. Be right back.
Okay, people that are watching. Oh, Arizona's way further away than I thought it was. So, it's right beside California. I did not know that at all. And I didn't... Oh, no, I did go to Phoenix, I guess. It's weird that it was like absolutely like right beside California. We're from Toronto. That is probably a 25-hour drive, maybe more. Crazy. It's crazy business. You know what it is. You know what it is. I can't really tell if anybody's actually watching, because I don't really know how to see the live feed. And I'd really like to. If you haven't subscribed to us, we are Bloodbath & Beyond. I'm from Bloodbath & Beyond. We review mainly indie horror movies. It's a good gig. I don't make any money from it, but it's fun to do because I like watching horror movies, and I like watching it with my friends. And it's all B movies pretty much. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we watch has like a $2,000 budget, and I'm cool with that. And I have a lot of filmmaking experience, so I feel like I can give a reasonable review. But, you know, it is what it is. Check it out.
It is what it is with
It
Eric
is
and
what it
Jay.
is. You know?
What did I miss? What the fuck
Me looking up a map. I didn't know that Arizona was so far from where I'm at. It's like right beside California.
Yeah.
I had
I'm not that
absolutely
far.
no
I'm
idea.
Probably about 500 miles from LA.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was really close to Texas.
We got.
I thought Arkansas was Arizona. Like in my mind, that's like where Arizona was. That's what it was. So I'm like, okay, that's not like that far. That's like only a few hours. But like, you're fucking so far away.
You're on like the east coast of Canada.
We're like, uh, if you look on like a Google map, we're probably close to. We're pretty close to Toronto. We're Niagara Falls.
Oh wow. Okay. I don't know why. I thought you guys were all on the other side.
Nah, man, we're like,
Damn, we are fucking far away from each other.
yeah, I
So
can drive
what's
like,
halfway? What's halfway? Kansas or some shit? We gotta meet
yeah,
in Kansas.
we're gonna meet in Arkansas. We're gonna meet in Missouri. It looks
Missouri.
like
You know
Missouri.
what? I
You
don't.
know what? Kansas City is probably the place to meet.
All right, I'm down with Kansas City. Fine.
No, fuck that. I'm coming to fucking wherever you're from one day. Arizona.
You're gonna come to Arizona?
I'm gonna stop by the fucking airport and be like, hey, Eric? Yeah, I'm here. All right, let's go to fucking LA. That's what's gonna happen.
Because there ain't shit happening in Arizona. You don't really want
Honestly.
to come here. I mean, if there's some shit to see just for scenic, but as far as like you want to see some cool movie shit, not so much.
Honestly, we need to go to fucking LA together.
Yeah, because that's what I was just saying. I mean, I have this thing about when I watch a movie, I look on Google Earth where the locations are. So I've got like,
Oh,
if you open up my Google Earth, there's like just fucking little pins everywhere. Like this was filmed here, and that scene was filmed there.
that's really cool.
It's all over because I want to visit all these places one day. You know what pisses me the fuck off though is when I was in Texas, when I lived in Texas, I just never fucking got around to visiting like the chainsaw locations.
Which
Or
was
even
actually in Texas?
Yeah, goddamn right. It was
I
in
had
Austin.
no idea,
I'm
to
all
be honest.
goddamn right, getting all
Yeah, you sound
passionate
like
about it. No, it was in Austin, around Austin.
cool.
Although it's not, a lot of them aren't recognizable. Although the house still exists. This was another instance where the house was moved and it's now being salvaged by some horror fans so that it doesn't get demolished. It was actually like a restaurant for a while.
Cool. All right. That
But yeah, I never got around to it, and it pisses me off so bad. Because it was in, well, Texas is a big state, in my defense, so that was far away. Even in the same state, it was still far away because the
yeah,
state's so
Texas
big.
is pretty much the same size as like my province.
I guess so. Yeah, it's big. It's huge.
Yeah, and my province is probably like 1/5 of our country. So it is what it is. Actually, yeah, I think that's actually accurate looking at a map. I would say Ontario is 1/5 of the country.
Is there any kind of? Do you guys have any movie business up there? I know Vancouver does.
Vancouver has some studios. Toronto has some video game places, but not a lot. There's in Toronto, a lot of people film New York.
Yeah.
Like I think I've only recognized a few things from like Spider-Man and Hulk. I think Incredible Hulk is the most noticeable thing because that's on like the main street of Toronto called Yonge Street, which is actually like the longest road ever. And
Okay.
there's like a Sam the Record Man that like I used to go to buy all my DVDs. And the Hulk versus the Abomination happens right in front of Sam the Record Man, a very prominent part of Yonge Street, and it was fucking the best thing. Like seeing that, I was like, cool. That's not in New York, but I like that
And
because I've been there.
you know what's weird about? I've only seen clips of it, but just seeing clips, I know that they shot stunt plates probably on the street, where it was just cars getting flipped, but there was nothing else there, and they added in CGI afterward.
Yeah.
It's always a weird thought to me to film just plates, and then like, yeah, we're gonna add some shit in later.
You know, it has to happen because you need everybody else to think that they're in that situation. Same with, like, I'll bet Avengers was not even close. Not even close to New York.
No, I would imagine
And it's
not.
like,
No,
you
in
know
fact,
what?
I remember seeing a goddamn. I watched like some of the special features.
Like a whole
where
green
like,
screen.
they like we built the city in the computer, so most of the shots you see are actually computer generated city.
Exactly. So it's
And
like,
yeah, and green screen.
you know, we're kind of contributing to this because we're fucking doing the same shit.
Yeah, on a much lower level.
On a very low level. Fair enough.
We're contributing. God damn it, you're right. We're no better than Hollywood.
But god damn it, we want to be there.
I wanna.
I honestly, the moment I can move to Hollywood, I'm moving to Hollywood. Because being there for, like, the 4 days or 5 days that I was there, I met, like, every single person that I met was either an actress, a director, an editor, or a cinematographer.
You know what? That's
And it was
my goal
fucking
too.
awesome.
But it's not like I'm not like my goal is to get to Hollywood or LA to be a part of that necessarily, but just because the resources that I
The
imagine
amount
would
of
be available.
networking that you can do
The-
when you're there.
The fucking networking, you're right, yeah. And you know, I've heard a lot of talk about it's so fucking expensive to shoot in LA, but
Oh,
it's
I
more
bet.
the networking that I'm interested in. Yeah,
Honestly, the networking is fucking amazing.
that's why
We were there
I-
for fucking
my
3
goal
days.
is to kind of
We
get
met
to LA, but it's
tons
not
of
because I'm like I want to be in Hollywood.
No, it's not about, like, living the dream. It's all about, like, getting there and grinding and doing what you're grinding for.
Other
You know?
people that are on a similar wavelength, even if not the same, at least we're kind of pointing in the same direction.
Yeah, like, we went there. We met people that I wanted to meet because I saw them on Twitter. It's like I was walking around a party and I'm like, hey, that's Jessica Cameron. She has 70,000 followers on Twitter. I know her, and she's in a bunch of indie horror films, and I want to meet her. So I walked up and talked to her. And then we went to karaoke and sushi the 2 nights later
Awesome, dude.
with, like, her boyfriend, who's a director of 2 movies that I've actually seen. And she's like, hey, I'm going to bring my friend, who we've done 2 reviews of movies that she's been in. And then her boyfriend was the editor and cinematographer for some other movies. So it's like, honestly, if
Yeah.
we were there for longer and we just kept, like, talking to these people, we would have met everybody in the industry for indie horror.
Well, it's not just you would have met them. That
We
you
would
might
have
have
been,
might
like,
have clicked
part of
with some
it.
people
You know?
and worked on projects together, or not, or you know, whatever.
And that's what it
Opportunities
is.
that would never have existed otherwise.
And to be able to go to sushi and then do karaoke and get drunk with people that you just see on the internet, it's fucking unreal. And that's why I want to get to LA. But it's really, really difficult for me being Canadian because I need to have a job lined up. I can't just move down because I can't get a dual citizenship. I need to, like, a visa or a green card of some sort to, like, be an immigrant to fucking the U.S. And the process costs like $700. And that's just for an application to be, like, submitted. Like, hey, do you want to come here? If you don't have a job lined up, it costs you about $500 to $700. It's like, that's just for an application, whether or not you get accepted. Like,
But you know what? As somebody that lives here, I feel like you got a good chance, though. I'll put that out there. Like, you try and you show that like you'll come here and work and be a good
and
citizen.
work.
You probably have a good damn chance.
Yeah, I kind of looked into it to see, and there are like there's a big list, and it's like you can come here and we'll give a lot of leniency to these jobs. So like specific kind of welders, like arc welders, and web design people, but not actually not web design, but graphic design. Thankfully, I have like I have a degree in something that's very similar to graphic design, so I can probably like, hey, well, I'm kind of in this realm. But there's like a lot of things like plumbers, like electricians of this specific standard. It's a very specific list that says like, hey, if you are these people, you don't have to marry somebody to come to our country, but you can just come here. But you have to be in this very specific list of about 30 jobs.
That's weird. You're kind of blowing my mind right now because I just live here, so I'm like, hey, it's here, and we're fucking the melting pot of the world or whatever. So it's like, hey, we accept everybody, but I guess not.
No,
I was under the impression that
I would love to be where you're at, man. And like it's actually a more difficult process than I thought it would be. So like I've looked at jobs and I'll be honest, I applied. I applied to fucking Anchor Bay. I did apply to Anchor Bay as a marketing guy, and to Stars, which owns Anchor Bay in Burbank. I applied to them as like a marketing graphic designer. And the only reason I could ever get there is if I actually had a job there. If they said yes, that's the only reason I can. That's the only way that I can actually get to Burbank. If I just moved there and tried to like throw out resumes, I'm now a legal immigrant.
About that whole process, you probably would know more than I do. But damn, it seems like you could show up.
Really difficult.
And then, like, it seems to me like you should be able to show up and literally fucking get a job at Burger King and then be like, I'm a U.S. citizen for now because I'm here and I'm fucking working legally, right?
Think about this. It's exactly the same with Mexicans coming up. If they can cross the border and they just go get a job at El Poco Loco, it's like they are not technically U.S. citizens. They are working there illegally.
See, the issue with what we're talking about right now is you're talking to the wrong person that doesn't believe in borders. I don't believe in borders.
I want to just be where you're at. That's
it's fiction. It's an illusion that somebody created. It's bullshit. First of all, this borders wouldn't exist except that we fucking came here from Europe and was like, hey, we're going to take over this continent now. You guys go down to Mexico and I don't know. It's just it doesn't fucking add up to someone like me. Like especially when you live in the place where, as a U.S. citizen, your whole life it's like take pride in the fact that it's multi-ethnic and everybody from every country lives here. And then all of a sudden we're like, but you can't fucking come here if you don't have.
Like most of you need to leave.
You don't have permits. Like what the fuck?
Right. I know. Honestly,
you know what? Let's bring your ass down here. You fucking meet me at the Phoenix airport. We'll hop over to LA. We're gonna make this shit work. Taco Ninjas, I'm telling you.
You know what? Honestly, like when I get money, and if I ever get money, we'll do that.
And we've made ourselves clear the past 4.5 to 5 hours that we've been BSing. We've got a shit ton of fucking great ideas that are gonna make money.
Taco Ninjas. The fact that somebody on YouTube has now said Taco Ninjas means it worked.
Yeah.
It's in their head. They're thinking about it.
Taco Ninjas. That's
Now
our claim to fame.
share that fucking idea on Facebook, on Twitter. We'll get all them retweets, all the fucking favorites. Fucking blow it up, Taco Ninjas. It's coming
And
soon.
we're gonna remake
Bloodbath and Twitch, Death Twitch,
we're remaking Friday 5 with a dog.
with the dog burying the bone. No, not burying a bone, digging up a bone.
He wants to bury the bone. That's why he's digging.
Oh yeah. Well, he's a sled. He's gonna die. Just slit the dog's throat. Well,
What?
okay, all right. Now we've
What?
crossed the line.
I watched you cross the line, and I was back here going, no.
Wait a second. That was too gay. He's
I
not.
was like, first of all, I was uncomfortable with you tying the dog to the tree.
You know, that's what's cool about the fucking internet. Some people will like us, some people will not like us. And it is what it is. It honestly, like, if you don't understand that we're joking at certain points, then
I
you
don't even
shouldn't be
care
here.
about this. I don't fucking care
Exactly.
about somebody that doesn't give a that can't get a joke.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, and it's unfortunate. I've dealt with a lot of people that are in the horror industry that have said like, "Hey, I love your stuff," and then the moment we like release a specific review, they're like, "Whoa, that was a very sexist movie that you reviewed. Like, that was very feminist, like, or anti-feminist bull." It's like, well, guys, like, horror's been sexist since the 1974. Whenever Black Christmas came out, people have been sexist in slashers. So, you know,
I don't even think that's fucking an accurate accusation, because it's all the guys in the movies fucking get killed, and it's the girl that survives. So,
yeah,
well, how
but
is that
like
sexist?
in this day and age, it's the girl was a slut, she dies.
What about all
know?
those dudes that died?
Right, but that's not the popular topic these days, and that's why it's the problem. And that's why my roommate yelled at me earlier, and that's what I was talking about earlier. He's like, "Oh, that slut, you can't say that now." It's like,
You know what?
I've been
No,
saying that
I'm
for
gonna
14
fucking
years.
this right now. You say that shit. You say it all you want, because sometimes I apologize for some shit. Sort of. I apologize in the sense where I say, "I'm sorry if you don't get this joke, but I'm not being
Right.
serious." But that doesn't mean I take back what I fucking said, because I know when I said it, I wasn't being serious. It's like those people that are totally against horror because they think that it promotes violence. And
Right.
to me,
All
it's like,
kids
you
are
know-
gonna grab an Uzi and fucking shoot up their school.
what that tells me about you is that you can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality, when the people that you're accusing actually can, and that's why we enjoy the fantasy.
Hey guys, I've been watching horror for more than 20 years, and I've never killed a guy.
Same. You know what? Scout's honor. Never fucking killed a person in my life. Isn't that weird? And I run,
Crazy,
I
it's
run a
crazy.
fucking channel called The Death Twitch. I never killed anybody.
Exactly. And I've never even come close to killing a guy. Like, it's so far out of the realm of possibility that for anyone to even assume any of the things that we actually say on the internet is even remotely close to true, as far as like, hey, what would I do? What would I do? I'd fucking murder that guy. Because we do that "What Would You Do" segment on our show, and a lot of people complain. It's like, you said that you would kill that guy. Like, if I was the actor in that movie or I was the writer of that movie.
Yeah, and that
Not-
comes back down to the idea that normal people know the difference between fantasy and reality.
And they
But
can separate it.
fucked up people that don't know the difference are the ones that are usually the people that are like, you might be encouraging people to murder. It's like, you must be messed up in your head if you think that's fucking true.
Yeah, I really don't understand that, like, that thought process, and that's something that's like beyond me. And I know like people on like Young Turks, like a lot of people online like talk to these people, and it's just like, how the fuck can you possibly think that guys on the internet that are just reviewing horror movies would be the same people that are gonna grab a shotgun and go shoot like a local liquor store owner? We're not them. We're guys just fucking. Well, we can talk about how much we like gore, and we like. Okay, we want to see this girl get naked. Is that a crime? Because I've had a lot of negative comments on a lot of our YouTube videos. Specifically, I would say Jack Frost, where Shannon Elizabeth gets raped by. She gets raped by Jack Frost with his carrot dick, and I laughed. I laughed at it. I thought it was funny.
I'm still laughing at it all these years later.
And it was created to be funny. But I've had a lot of negative comments on that video saying, like, I can't believe that you would think this is funny. Rape is not a funny matter. Like,
no.
Well,
we're getting into some deep topics right here. But we both
a snowman.
Yeah, it's fucking... We know the difference between fantasy and reality. Fucking real... You know what? Let me bring up something real quick that I encountered within the last 24 fucking hours. Here's a real fucking example. I watch and I enjoy horror movies, and I really enjoy the special effects and the fucking kill scenes. I understand that there's like a goddamn massive amount of fucking work that goes into some of these scenes, and I appreciate it. You probably heard, as a fellow filmmaker, about somebody getting murdered, that's not the right word, a fatal train accident in the shoot of a biopic recently. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, it was the filmmaker.
Somebody died.
The girl. I forget her name, but yes.
It's Sandy.
It was last year.
It's still going on. Like, the fucking trial is going on. The guy pled guilty that was, I guess, negligent and allowed, or not allowed, it's not the right word, but the fact that this fucking accident happened.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I'm trying to say right now is literally yesterday, I won't say the name, but a page that I follow on Facebook was like, here's the footage of the fucking accident. Shocking footage. And I posted, I wrote, I was like, I'm not going to watch this. I don't know why you posted this. And I understand the irony that somebody that likes horror movies is totally against this, but I understand the difference between fantasy and reality, and I'm not going to fucking watch somebody actually die for real
like
on
actually
fucking tape.
Right.
And, you know, they got all offensive about, oh, we posted it for this or that reason, but they got, you know, they were sensationalizing some fucking person's tragedy caught on tape, and in my opinion, that is poor fucking taste, bad taste.
Oh yeah.
But like, that goes back to, look, I can watch some stupid shit happening on a fucking movie like The Blob with great special effects.
The remake.
But it's fucking special effects. It's not real death. There's a goddamn difference, and I know the difference. But the people, plenty of the people that want to accuse horror fans of being like the cause of this shit are the ones that get it mixed up in their heads. And it ain't right that they try and fucking project that shit on us.
They get it all mixed up before they even talk to us, to be honest. Like,
yeah, because it's projection. It's like, let me throw this on those guys so I don't have to actually deal with it myself.
It's completely bullshit, and I completely agree with you, because yes, I've experienced this, and I've heard a lot of other people like talk about this subject. It's like, are you serious? Like, do you understand the critique that we're giving? It's not we're like, bloodshed, yeah, I'm gonna go home and slit my wrist because this is the best thing I've ever seen, and I want to spray blood all over my face. That was a weird thing to say. But in any case, the point is, we can be normal guys. And I bet that there are other people that do have these thoughts, and I don't doubt that, to be honest. I think there are a lot of horror reviewers that probably do fantasize about actually murdering people because that is so embedded in their brain because they've grown up with it. But it's not to say that every single person that reviews horror
And
or
you know
watches
what?
a lot of horror movies do
The
that.
massive difference between people like me and you and some other people is that we've got a sort of a film background and to the point that we're examining frames in every shot
Right.
going, man, they had the light setting here, they did the special effect just like this, and then they switched to the next angle just like that. Like where that's why I always call when I fucking review these slasher movies and I talk about the special effects, I always call it an art form. I always say it's so sad that their fucking art got cut out of this movie because that's what it is.
Right. Yeah. It's very important to make sure that you know it's not like I wanted to see the like. Well, I do like to see the gore, but I do understand that it's like somebody has created it. It's not just I want to see blood and guts.
Yeah, because like what I'm saying, like me and you, we're not just seeing it, but there's like probably these big thought processes going on in the back of our minds where we're imagining how this set was set up, how the effects guy was back
Right.
here behind the black curtain and you couldn't see him pumping the blood through the thing, and you know the prosthetic on the person's
Why
neck.
that moon had that blue gel on it? Because it made it look like a moon. You know?
Precisely, dude. We're thinking of it more of it as an art form of filmmaking, as cinema.
But there are a lot of people, and even there's a lot of people, and I'm not going to name names at all and name channels, but there are a lot of very popular channels that do horror reviews that have been involved in very recent horror films that completely exploit everything we're talking about. Where you might have like some people laid out on a few like tables and it's just hacking and slashing for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and it's these people that I feel aren't looking at it the same way.
I guess that they're out there, yeah. You're right. I mean, I guess they are, which
I
sucks
I
because
don't
that
know if
fucks
you know
up
who
the
I'm
rest of
talking
us.
about, but I will message you later and you'll see he's got fucking 3 to 4 times the subs that we have, and he's got a huge following, and he just made a movie, and it's bullshit. It's a complete bullshit movie, and it's guys like him that are just fucking loopy.
I guess, that's what's important about what we do then. I mean, we may be kind of in the minority a lot of the times. At least we're fucking grounded in what we do.
Right. We
And this
we
comes from
understand.
all this fucking whole conversation stems from sort of sexism, and we went with violence and gore. We were talking about calling girls sluts earlier, but then we were also fucking calling guys dead fucks too. Who the hell is standing up and getting offended about that? Where's the fucking armies going, oh, you can't call guys dead fucks and shit? It's a double standard,
Yeah.
and that's why in the beginning of this whole rant that we're on, I was very defendant about. I know I'm joking, so fucking lighten up. And if the people that can't lighten up, fuck them. They're a part of the goddamn fucking problem.
Right.
I called them
I
sluts. I called them dead fucks, and only one side of the fucking equation might get offended, and it ain't the guys.
yeah.
Guys are not
difficult
coming on here
situation.
going, "How dare you call us all dead fucks?" That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I know. I get it. I get it. I get it.
It's a double standard, and I just don't even.
It's kind of like how the whole like horror genre is built upon. Like it's been happening since '74. Girls were like it's been a sexist genre since then. So I don't feel that like we don't things have changed, and I've seen a lot more guys get killed off in slashers more recently. But it's like this genre's been grown on this sexist standard, and that's kind of how it's been. The sluts die.
Well, I mean,
That is what it is.
some people will claim it's sexist, and I fucking absolutely don't. The reason why the final girl became popular over a final guy is because women are looked at as more emotionally and physically vulnerable, being typically, not always, but at least in a general fucking idea, 6 to fucking 12 inches shorter than your typical guy. And that's not sexist. That is fucking genetics. Um, they don't have the muscle mass that guys have. Women were put into the final girl role because they're emotionally and physically more vulnerable, and we're supposed to then feel more emotion for the fact that the girl is the last one to survive. But then, that's why I brought up earlier, it's almost never a final guy. It's always a final girl. All those other dudes and girls died, but the last person that is strong enough to survive is a fucking female. So what are they even complaining about? It's never a dude, except for... No, there's not even an exception. It's always a fucking final girl.
That's actually a really, really good point, and I think a lot of the horror community needs to know that.
It's the opposite of what people think is we're putting them down. We're fucking showing the strength of the female spirit. Really.
Yeah, you build up the female character to the point where they are, that the girl's gonna live.
Yeah, she's ingenious. That's probably not the right word. She's clever. She's resourceful. It's never a final guy.
It's very empowering for the women, and you're right. Like, a lot of people complain that, like, women are objectified in horror movies. It's like, well, have you actually? Yeah, half of it.
And if you want to get really nitpicky about it, first of all, everybody ignores all the males that died throughout the movie. They just toss that shit to the side. Okay, whatever. That's fine.
Fuck the guy who got his dick shot off by a harpoon. Fine.
All those other females that did die is because they were distracted by sexual fucking promiscuity or whatever, drugs and alcohol. They were distracted. They had other things on their mind. The real strong final girl is the focused one, the one that is, intends that she will survive anything, and does.
Yeah.
So, even if you want to break it down in that way, then you can split up the female race into, well, are you on fucking this side where you're not thinking about anything but sex and booze, or are you fucking looking out for yourself?
Yeah.
But it ain't no final dude, no matter which way you cut it.
Yeah. I love this. That's a very solid point.
We're breaking new ground right now.
Taco Ninja is going to be, seriously, a different kind of movie. It's going to be crazy, dude. It's going to be so crazy.
Taco Ninja.
It's going to be fucking the last dude standing.
This whole time I've been talking about this, because you can tell I'm very fucking passionate about this. This is not like a casual thing that I've thought about. I really fucking get into this debate. I've been trying to think of other movies where there might have been a final guy, and the only one I can think of is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, except...
Oh, yeah. But that was like...
that he fucking gets saved by a female in the end.
Right. Yeah. And that was like definitely more motivated towards, like, it had like a very gay undertones, and I think that was like actually talked about a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, it has been talked about quite a bit, and deservingly so, because that was something that was put into the movie and the script, whether the filmmakers were really confident of it or not.
Yeah, and that is that's a great exception to the whole thing. It's like, so the one time that like possibly could even be considered a final guy is the
Even
one
yeah.
movie that's universally known as the gayest horror movie ever made. You know?
And in the end, he couldn't save himself. It was a female that had to save the day, and yet they want to be
Which
like,
I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that
yeah, I'm not
because
saying that's
in
bad.
a lot of situations, you know, you have the girl who needs to be saved by the guy. But, you know, in this one exception, we need one guy to be the final guy,
And he couldn't. He couldn't do it. He couldn't
right?
even do it. And there's actually, I get some of this from other things that I've read and or other, pardon me, um, books that I've read, documentaries that I've watched about the final girl and the point of her and why it was chosen unanimously by culture that it would be a female that we all root for in the end. And again, it comes down to her perceived vulnerability, but then her deeper strength and spirit to survive. It should be a testament to what women are capable of rather than somebody deciding, oh, it's against women. It's the exact fucking opposite of that.
Yeah, and that's a huge problem when you have an outsider who's not really into the horror genre looking in, and they're like, well, you guys are objectifying women.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious? Are you serious right now? Like, I have 3 stacks of movies where women are the people who are at the very end of every single movie.
The survivors, the ones that fucking make
They
it
are
to
the
the
ones
end,
who
right?
survive because they're either smarter or they figured something. It's always actually that they're smarter.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
how are you actually complaining about this?
That's why I don't take them. Like,
Except
that's
for
why
Doctor
I'll
Google,
continue to
because
say
it's
slut.
just a guy.
I'll say that girl's a slut. That guy's a dead fuck. Because who gives a fuck? There's always going to be some ignorant motherfucker out there that's going to choose to be offended just because they're bored.
Yep.
Fuck those people. And you know what? You want to get really goddamn deep about the whole slasher genre and women? It's the fucking fear of, sexual penetration for the first time. Being penetrated and there's blood all over the knife and shit. That shit happens.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like it's like the culture's way of getting out this fear, this feminine fear of something that is one of the greatest things in their life experience and also one of the most painful. Being stabbed and then bleeding.
I've never looked at it that way, but yeah.
Well, now you'll never look at it the same. Fucking watch a fucking slasher of a girl getting stabbed.
I don't know when that's gonna happen again. I'm certain it's tomorrow.
Ah!
Well, not in the sex way,
I
but in like
decided
the
to make
watching a
it like
movie
way
way.
deep. I'll admit that one. That's going. That's
Yeah,
it's a bit of a
it
stretch.
might
I
be
get it.
a bit of a stretch.
I get that. But if you really want to get all intellectual about it, I'll take that shit deep. No pun
No,
intended.
I can see that. I can see everything that you're saying. I'm not certain that I
And some
completely
of our
agree.
smarter viewers will also be able to understand exactly where I'm going with this.
Yeah, there's a
And I
few
only
guys that
chose
I watched that have like very similar opinions to you. NYX Fears, have you seen him?
who?
NYX Fears, Nick's Fears.
No.
If you haven't seen him, I'm gonna link. I'll send a link to you afterwards. But he has a very similar opinion to how you have an opinion right now. Well, we all have opinions, and they're very strong. I'm sorry, but he has a very cool way of breaking down some of the films. Like he did a Serbian film in a way that I didn't think would be possible. And he is fantastic at what he does. He does a lot of research, and I think you should check him out. He's really cool.
I'll try
And
that. Yeah, link me up whenever.
I will. I'll.
And by the way, I only went down to that level to make a fucking point. That's not to say that that's my primal level of
No,
thinking
yeah,
about
yeah,
horror
yeah.
movies. I
I
was just
think
making a point
I hope
that
that like the
things
people
can be
watching,
broken down.
I hope that the people watching like understand that like, okay, we'll say one-off thoughts that are like, hey, this is what I think, but it's like
You know what?
to an extent,
The
you know,
interesting
like
part is the people that watch our stuff they have way more intelligence than the people that are criticizing the horror genre.
I
They
really,
really do.
really hope so. But we are the ones criticizing the horror genre, so this is this super meta?
No, 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 no. We're not criticizing the whole genre.
Right.
Like
We're doing what we
some
can
people
for
generalize all of us into one little clump.
yeah, when they group us into like, hey, you guys are the ones picking up Uzis and fucking spraying up schools.
Because that's not fucking close at all. I don't think. I've never met a horror. I mean, okay, a few once in a while, but most horror fans, even if they're eccentric, I still feel like this guy knows that it's a movie. I mean, that's not always
Yes.
true. There's
Yeah.
the exception to the rule.
Right. Of course there's going to be. And I think that more people think that wrestling is real than they should, you know? Like, let's compare fucking horror guys to wrestling guys, because I'll bet you 90% or 80% of people that are huge fanatics of wrestling actually believe it's real.
You know what? I'm a little intrepid about encroaching this topic because I know a large percentage of my viewers are wrestling fans.
Oh, yeah. I have a lot of wrestling fans as well.
I watch some of the old wrestling. Yeah, you're probably right.
It's like you can look at like a rock crowd and you can see like, oh, that guy's holding up a sign because he wants John Cena to win. And then you have like other guys who are like, I need John Cena to win. Like you got like the very diehard fans that have no idea that this is all bullshit. You know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there is a huge audience, and
So it's the same with horror. There's those guys that
the
don't.
same with horror. The same
But
with
I
reality
do think a lot
TV,
of-
man. Like, look at fucking. There are a lot of like girls that are, and I'm a big reality TV fan, and I'm very ignorant to the fact that Survivor probably very very fake, and I bet everything is scripted. But I've watched probably most seasons of it. I've watched all seasons of Big Brother. I've watched too much reality TV, and I am ignorant to the fact that this is completely scripted. Though I also have a friend who works in reality TV who has told me it's all scripted. And I fucking say, you're fucking wrong. It's like, no, I actually edit Big Brother. Like, I know what happens. It's like, fuck you. You're an asshole, Ben.
You know what? I think we made some good ground though, and even if we didn't definitively change people's minds,
And
I think
it's
we
impossible.
challenged some fucking mindsets, which is important.
Yeah, I concur, man.
But you know what? We've covered a lot of ground. We've been controversial. We've fucking said our opinions. I still think that the dog community will never let us
Oh, they're gonna hate us.
never let us down. We haven't defended that whole opinion yet.
It is what it is, you know? I'm not gonna retract my statements.
No, you know what? No, I will defend you and what you said right now because Jason's a maniac. He might tie a dog to a tree. He's a goddamn fucking maniac.
You can't get in his head.
Yeah. We're not saying it's all right. We're just saying he's crazy and he
It's
might have done
possible.
that.
It's something that could happen. Yes. Okay. So thank you for having me, Eric. I appreciate you having me on the Death Twitch live show. It's been awesome.
It has been awesome.
We should
Thanks a
probably
lot.
do it like another time. Whatever next Drunken Terry, let me know, and I'm fucking there, man. You know what we should do?
What's up?
I'd love to try and find. I need to find a copy. I'd love to do a Blood Diner with you. Something that's completely out of your realm, which is franchises.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
want.
fine to me. Yeah,
I would love to do a live commentary with Blood Diner, one of my favorite films, completely blind.
well, you have to send me a copy somehow,
I
digital
need to
copy.
find a copy. I don't have one.
Or
I
you know
need to.
what? Let me do a little bit of homework, and I might find my own copy.
All right, if you can do so, we'll talk.
Um, we're wrapping it up now. Thanks for everybody that put up with our fucking crazy drunken BS.
Yeah,
It
and
was
like
all over the place.
it was all over the place, but like being drunk or being sober, I feel I would say these opinions openly regardless. So I stand by everything that I've said.
I not only stand by what I said, but I'm just as passionate sober about this as I am drunk.
Exactly. And I hopefully you guys like appreciated just us like sitting here talking. All we want to do is talk, horror or not. You know, you get a feel for what we're doing. That's fucking the Death Twitch reviewer, Eric Harrison. I am Jay Bond from Bloodbath and Beyond, and like we dig what we do. And if you dig what we do, subscribe to either channel. It is what it is, in the words of T.I.
And thanks for fucking listening to our probably 2 hours of rambling. But man, really, it's been very educational. Let's cut this shit out now because I'm gonna have a few more beers after this, and it doesn't stop here. But this is all you get to see. We're out. Thanks a lot for fucking watching with us.
Take it easy.